Getting Nasty on a Friday here in the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. It's Friday.
It's already going to be a great day when Anthony gets the day right.
Oh, yeah, right? You know, Jamie, now that you mention that, I feel like I get that right more times than not. But you like to highlight the one time that I may have said Monday on a Friday.
Yeah, oddly enough, we were just talking about something similar, but in reverse.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. I'm an open book.
Yeah.
My kids, my son in particular, Ashton, big hoss, God love him to death, huge heart.
Yeah.
He'll have periods of time where doesn't do the things he's supposed to do. And then he'll do it right for like a day or two. And then when you get a little concerned that he's not going to do it right, he's like, hey, I'm responsible. I haven't screwed up 2-3 days in a row now. I know, but what about the other 170?
What have you done for me lately? That's all that matters.
Yeah, so God bless him.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, our show, the chaos that was going on literally 15 seconds before the cameras turned on, the mics turned on, it's beautiful. It's beautiful that you fellas and myself can come together like that. You're outside talking, I think the rider.
No, I had to record a spot.
You were busy. Marshy is like, where's that? What is this?
I'm looking for this eraser. I put things, when I leave the studio, I put things where I want them to be, and then they're just not there the next day.
Jamie's on the phone with his kids. Hey, what are you doing? We're supposed to be,
Big Hoss supposed to be somewhere picking up his sister at school, and he's not answering his phone.
And this is literally 10 seconds before we come.
Before we do the
Let's get nasty on a Friday.
And when you turn on, you're like, man, those guys are professional. We damn sure are.
Well,
when the mics turn on,
we're kind of professional.
Yeah, I would say that it's a sign of a true pro when no matter what is happening,
you're ready to roll.
You can dial it in. You know?
Yeah.
You're ready to roll.
Definitely. All right, so the Blues last night, they fall to the Florida Panthers 3-2. Here's how the final goal sounded like.
Why you got to do that?
20 seconds to go. Panthers coming off the wall with it. It's Barkov. Best in the game in the middle. They go to shoot, block, rebound.
Stood out to you the most? You hockey-loving fool, you.
Yeah. Where do I begin? First of all,
the first period.
Yeah, let's start the first shift.
There you go.
Gotta love Jake Neighbors. Jake Neighbors took a violent hit from Sam Bennett in Florida right before the Christmas break. Put him out of the game.
Yeah.
And he was telling me for weeks now, I'm going to get him. I don't care. He goes, I don't care if I get suspended.
Gary, you know what that is, right?
I'm going to get him.
Spite.
Yeah. And I thought to myself, Sam Bennett's a really tough guy. I'm like, I didn't say anything to Jake.
Yeah.
I said, yeah, man, you get him. Go. I said, listen, man, if you do it, though, like grip and rip. Like, just keep throwing until one of you falls down.
Yeah.
Don't try to, like...
Don't dance.
Don't dance. Just go. And he's like, he was all fired up. And I was like, man, I love that kid. I didn't know he was going to do it, but I love him.
Let alone on the opening puck.
Well, then Brayden Schenn switches with Jake Neighbors on the draw. And it's the funniest thing is the sequence is Matthew Tkachuk takes a step back and looks at Schenn like, whoa, why are you coming over here? Like, are you going to fight me on the opening draw? Because that's what guys will do. They'll switch to line up against it. And Tkachuk was like, hey, whoa, are we going here? And then all of a sudden the puck drops. It's Neighbors and Bennett going. And Jake did a great job. He ends up cut on the forehead because he falls down on the ice and bangs his face, but that doesn't feel good, by the way. Let me tell you how bad it feels when you don't have a visor there.
No.
Either. You get that road rash, ice rash on your face, and it doesn't feel very good. The ice isn't very soft either.
No, I don't think so.
But I thought that was a great start.
Yeah.
You get out there, you get after it. And for the most part, I felt like the Blues were there throughout the game. The Florida Panthers did exactly what I thought they would do. They just tried to bully the Blues right out of the building.
Yeah.
Every scrum, there was, slashes, cross checks, punches to the face, hits from behind.
Didn't Nathan Walker get boarded? Was that a
he got
illegal
drilled
hit?
twice.
He got hit so hard into the boards. I'm like, feels like a penalty. I know I'm the hockey guy, but I've never been on skates. I don't think I would want to be ran into a board that hard.
Face first?
Yeah, it seems illegal.
Yeah, it is.
I probably would have taken my stick in his.
Well, he wanted to, but I don't think he knew.
You can take the probably out of that statement.
No question
I got
about
you, Carey.
I don't think he knew who the hell did it.
Was it at that point? It wouldn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, it was Lusterainen. He hit him, and then he took off, and
then they scored.
Yeah, then they scored shortly after that.
Marsh, you were in attendance last night.
I was.
You had a nice little suite. Thanks for the invite for Carey and I. Tough night to find out that you were there at Enterprise. And
without us,
Carey and I could have been there. But nonetheless, I know that you enjoyed the game, but you also had some observations from the upper deck.
Yeah, I
Suite area.
Like Jamie said, I thought the Blues, it was kind of like let me say this. It was way different than the Edmonton game. I know the score was the same, but the Blues, that was a very entertaining game. It was a fun game to be at. I know the Blues lost in heartbreaking fashion, but it was a fun game to be at. The Blues had plenty of opportunities to win that game. Robert Thomas, that backdoor feed in the first period from Booch, great pass, great look. Dylan Holloway had a breakaway. Zach Bolduc had an opportunity, missed the net. But I thought Zach Bolduc played pretty well last night. Had a nice goal, made some plays, but ultimately the better team won, right? And Matthew Tkachuk took over like he typically does.
That jerk.
I don't know if he's a jerk. I think he's just a good hockey player.
Good.
He would respect the fact that I'm calling him a jerk.
That's fair. Yeah.
Yes.
But it's just tough, and it stinks that you didn't get points. That's a game that you're in it, and you need to get points if you want to keep pace with some of these teams above you in the standings. And it's not like the Blues are 20 points out of the last wild card spot. If you win right there, you're 5 or 6 points out of a playoff spot. You're still there despite not playing your best hockey as of late. I felt like you needed to get a point in that game, and they didn't.
So here's where I'm at over the last 2 games. You had that stretch in which you lost to the Vegas Golden Knights 4-2. You got shut out by the Stars 2-0. You lose to the Canucks 5-2. And that was, I think, a lot of the frustration for the fans. Everything kind of snapped in that Vancouver game. The Colorado game, the 5-0 Colorado game, that's where fans are like, yeah, no, this thing is done. But I think over the last 2 games, the 3-2 loss to Edmonton and the 3-2 loss to the Panthers last night illustrates where this club really is right now. The Oilers were in Game 7 against the same Panthers team in the Stanley Cup last year. So could have very easily been a Stanley Cup champion last year, and you lose 3-2. Last night, you lose to the defending Stanley Cup champions, 3-2. This is where we're at now in this retool. You're good enough to not be a bottom feeder. You're good enough to be, I wouldn't even say, one of these teams that's just stagnant. I think the arrow is pointing up. But you are clearly missing top of your roster dudes. That's where we're at now. If you judge the retool of where we're at based on these 2 games, that's my thought process. And it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to go from where you are now to where the Oilers are when they're sitting with those 2 guys, or where the Panthers are, really 4 dudes.
Yeah.
That's the gap. But take it from what I think there were 2 competitive games against quality opponents. You fell short. You're not good enough. But I think it's a roster problem at this point.
That's what I was going to say. I think it's the effort, the energy. That was not a question last night. The first period, I thought they played extremely hard. I thought they came out. You often talk about starting well and getting after it. I don't like the amount of shots that they give up. They've been giving up a lot of shots.
Look how tired the opposition was.
Well, it's
They're
like throwing a lot of punches when you're a boxer. You throw a lot of punches, you tend to get tired. But
Muhammad Ali beat George Foreman.
Yeah, but if you're hitting the other guy with all of these punches, you're probably going to get knocked out at some point. So if you can limit the amount of shots on goal, I think that make life a little bit easier. But I do think the effort and the energy was there to start the game. And I think that's one thing that I know you've talked about a lot. And to your point, Anthony, if you're not as talented as other teams, you're going to lose those games. If they got a couple of guys and you don't have a couple of those guys, you're going to probably lose those games. You're going to come up short more often than not. But for me, and this is why I've said all year long, just stay even keel, because you see glimpses of, man, those are really good players. The opportunity that Robert Thomas had in the first period was a great pass by Holloway. It was a great pass by Booch. Robert Thomas just didn't get it high enough and didn't score. But that, to me, is what this team can be. You see glimpses of it. And you talked about Neighbors starting the game off with a fight. You see where you're like, okay, now if you get a guy or 2 and you become a little bit more excited and you get an opportunity to win those games.
Good news is you got beat by Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, and Matthew Tkachuk. It's good news, right? The bad news is you don't have Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, or Matthew Tkachuk. And if you're really going to be a contender, you're likely to get one. You're going to need one of those dudes.
Yeah,
maybe not those guys specifically, but
can you?
You could, yeah. I don't think they're available, but I'm just saying.
No,
you know.
I don't think they ever will be.
You money talks. You just listen to me.
If Gretzky can get traded,
Dodgers.
Yeah. So I go back to that
multiple times.
Anybody.
Yep.
I
That
thought
guy was a problem, huh?
I can't even joke about that. He's one of the greatest dudes.
I saw your face on that too. It was like, nah, I'm not. Nope, not even me.
Listen, one, I'd have a hard time ever bad mouthing the greatest player to ever play the game.
Yeah.
Two, he's one of the greatest dudes I've ever met.
Sure.
So it's like I can't even joke around.
Nobody's safe except for Gretzky.
Except for Gretzky.
I think like the epitome.
Brady.
The epitome of the Blues this year, there was a specific shift that they had last night, and Jamie, you probably remember this, where they looked like the 70s, 80s Russian team, where they were moving the puck inside the offensive zone, and I don't think Florida even touched it. Like, they looked incredible for that, 1.5 minutes of time in the offensive zone. And I don't think they got one shot on net, and they turned the puck over, and it went the other way. Mm-hmm. It looked great. They were moving the puck. And it was awesome. It was awesome to see.
Yeah.
Didn't get a shot on net.
Yeah.
And they turned the puck over below the goal line. Mm-hmm. And it went and then that was it. Do you remember that shift, Jamie?
Yeah, they had a couple.
It was cool. Did you say shift?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope so.
Yeah, good call. Oh, way to bring us down. That's Jamie Rivers. Yeah, good call. Oh, way to bring us down. That's Jamie Rivers, Carey Davis, Andrew Marsham, Anthony Stalter. It's Fast Line on 101 ESPN.
You didn't need any help.
Stop. I'm in a great mood today. You're all over the place. It is the Friday before the Super Bowl, and we will have a ton of Super Bowl coverage throughout the course of the day today. So we will have kind of a Super Bowl show for you. But we got to talk about the one and only move so far that the Cardinals have made. Kind of digging it, guys.
I don't mind it.
Kind of digging it. Yeah.
I actually don't mind it.
Let's dive into it next. The Cardinals made a move yesterday. We didn't really talk about it, but they added somebody that, who knows, maybe puts them over the top. That's next on 101 ESPN. So our St. Louis Cardinals made a move yesterday, an impactful move. Mood. They were in the mood to make a move, and they did. They got Michael Hellman from the Minnesota Twins. Hell yeah.
Hellman?
You know what, though?
This guy can play all over the diamond.
That's the thing. He's a utility-type player, which, he doesn't have an extensive resume yet. He's still a pretty young player. Did bat .300 for the Twins in 2024, which is pretty impressive. We'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
But he can play second base, center field. Looking through the scouting reports here, said that he's got good speed. He's quite capable of stealing bases too. The Cardinals are talking. They started last year talking about swiping more bases. I don't think it's. Listen, it's not a major move. It's not like Juan Soto's type thing. But this is a move I think that makes your club a little bit better. If nothing else, it adds depth.
He hit 300.
Yeah.
He had 10 at bats.
Yeah.
So?
He hit 300. 3 out of 10.
You think that's a small enough? You think you can get a smaller sample size and get 300?
Carey, he could have hit 0 with 10 at bats.
Yeah, but I think
You know what those 3 hits were, Carey?
What were they? Home runs?
Pair of doubles. And a single.
Oh, okay. So we should be excited.
So this guy's got extra.
Is he gonna? What position is he playing?
Anywhere. He can play anywhere. He can play infield and outfield.
So he's definitely a St. Louis Cardinal.
Well, right now, but when you look at what the Cardinals have currently and what they weren't doing, you add a guy like this, it doesn't suck. And I know he only had 10 at bats, but again, he still hit 300 in 10 at bats. He had major league at bats for that.
So I'm friends with people up in Minnesota. My friends are Twins fans. So I got a little information about this guy.
They upset that they lost him.
No, well, of course, my buddy said he's a St. Paul Saints grinder.
Yeah, he is. Mm-hmm. So he's slashed. Here you go, guys. He's slashed 271, 350, and 487. 14 home runs, 47 ribbies, 12 stolen bases, and only 314 plate appearances for the AAA St. Paul team. Mm-hmm. I mean, come on, man.
He's so he's early 20s?
Well, I don't know.
Well, he's 28.
28.
So he's in his prime.
Mm-hmm. I'm in my prime.
But he played college ball, so those guys are always older coming out of there.
Very true.
Okay.
But I think the one thing, Jamie, that you hit on that we really needed to discuss is the fact that, look, you look like the baseball savant stats and things that get off the charts from a sprint speed standpoint. Excuse me, I get choked up talking about Michael Hellman in this acquisition.
And he's got good arm strength, too. One of the scouts here on the article I'm reading said that if you choose to play him in the outfield, it says right here, Hellman has a strong arm and good range.
I mean, if you can play him, I mean, again, this is kind of a Swiss Army knife type.
Speed.
I thought we were... No, we're not getting away from that?
Carey, what's your problem?
Yeah, what's the deal?
I mean...
Okay, honestly, what do you not like about this deal?
I don't not like... I think the thing I don't like is what are we doing? What the hell are y'all doing? What the hell are y'all doing? Huh? I got to be on the island by myself here, huh? Where I 10 at-bats, man? And what the hell are we doing? 10 damn at-bats?
Carey.
10? He's 28 years old. What are we doing here? Carey, somebody talk to me.
There was a player... Carey, there was a player that only had roughly 20 at-bats, and then he got traded to Tampa Bay and then was the catalyst for the Tampa Bay Rays going to...
He's like 21, 22 when that
Carey,
happened?
he's in the 20s, okay? It's the same age.
24.
It matters, man. You guys...
So, Carey, full disclosure. We got here today, and we said, we got to talk about the Cardinals. And then somebody, I don't know who, said that we shouldn't tell Carey. We should just make an argument for this player and see how long it takes Carey to freak out.
The point is, you really had me believe. I'm like, is he dead serious right now? Jamie Rivers is like, what are we doing here? This is moving the needle. You guys are driving me crazy.
The best part was when Carey immediately put his hand up and he goes, wait, he hit 300. How many at bats? 10. Well, he had 3. He had 3 hits.
I mean, he could have hit 0.
Oh, my God. I was over here like, I'm losing it. I got to be losing it. And then Marshy chimed in. I'm like, oh, no, they're serious.
Yeah. Because Marsh did.
That's serious.
Yeah.
My buddy also said that he falls into the 4A category. He had a cup of coffee at the end of the season last year, which is basically
Here's the deal, Carey.
everybody on this.
Here's the truth. I don't know who the hell this guy is.
I've never heard of him in my life. The only thing I know is what I just Googled.
What are we doing here?
I Googled Michael Hellman's scouting report.
I mean, come on. He's 28 years old.
He's an infielder and outfielder.
So he doesn't have a position.
Get rid from these guys.
Typical Cardinal. Doesn't have a position.
Full disclosure, I was finding out about it at the same time as I was telling you.
That's awesome. Snake Pit.
Oh, my God.
Gator April Fool's CD. That was an instant classic.
That was well
Droid
done.
FX. Great job, guys. You got me, too.
Held it together the most.
You did.
Because if he did, normally, I can look at him and be like, hey, he'll give me a little peek inside. He didn't give me anything.
Well, that's because it was his idea, and I have to tell you. So he was gonna wait as long as possible.
Why you gotta help me?
Marsh and I were like, maybe we should just tell him. We should all be in on it.
I said it'd be way better if he has no idea.
Dude.
Yeah. I'm like, these guys are crazy.
So, Chester, you got me. Yeah, I don't know who the hell this guy is.
The text line's calling him Helmet.
Helmet?
Helmet.
Yeah.
So that one's got a couple helmets.
I was ready to lose it. I was getting visibly frustrated over it. Like, hey, these guys serious right now?
You were playing it early on, and then you were like, I could see you transition at one point and like,
because I'm like,
do I need
did
to?
I actually miss something? Is this guy good? Who the hell is he?
Imagine signing him.
Oh my goodness.
He'll be a fine Cardinal.
Oh man.
I didn't make a deal. I didn't trade Parkman outright.
Watch this guy watch him be unbelievable for the team this year.
Got your player in return.
Oh man.
You used to play with the Giants. Not Franklin. Not those Giants. All right. It's Fast on 101 to ESPN. Andrew Marsh has got what's trending for you next on 101 ESPN.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. Last night, the Blues fell to the Florida Panthers by a final score of 3-2. They'll take on the Blackhawks on Saturday, which is tomorrow, and we'll have some games for you. Before the Blues and Blackhawks drop the puck, we'll have Oklahoma going up against Tennessee. Pregame starts at 10:30 a.m. Tip-off is at 11, and then the Blues will take on the Blackhawks. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6, and of course on Sunday, the big game, the Super Bowl. We'll have pregame coverage for you starting at 1 o'clock, and then kickoff will be at 5:30. We have What's Trending coming up next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Topics in the sports world.
What in the wide world of sports is going on here?
It's time to find out with
What's Trending, brought to you by Elite Comfort Experts. Heating and cooling with no gimmicks, just guarantees. EliteComfortExperts.com.
Welcome back to the Fast Lane here on 101 ESPN with Anthony Stalter, Jamie Rivers, and Carey Davis. I'm Andrew Marsh, and it's time for What's Trending. Gentlemen, the 2025 Pro Football Hall of Fame class was announced. We have 4 people that will be entering Canton. That is Eric Allen, Jared Allen, Skull Vikings, Antonio Gates, and Sterling Sharp. He is the senior inductee. One name that is not on there that I think a lot of St. Louis fans were hoping to see is Torrey Holt. Once again, snubbed from the Hall of Fame. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Why is Torrey Holt not in the Hall?
Well, it becomes...
He played for the greatest...
It becomes so crowded. And for me, Sterling Sharp should have been in a while ago. You got a few other receivers on that list. You got Steve Smith Sr., and you have Reggie Wayne also, and Torrey Holt. Those guys will probably all get in. Steve Smith might take a little bit longer, but Reggie and Torrey will get in. But Sterling Shepard should have been in. Mm-hmm. Like I'm sorry, Sterling Sharp. What? Sterling Shepard. Sterling Sharp should have been in. Sterling Shepard plays for the Giants. Sterling Sharp should have been in. Yeah.
Sterling Shepard will not be.
Nah, he probably won't. He's probably a great guy.
Carved out a nice career for himself, not a Hall of Fame.
He's probably a great guy.
Yeah.
But no, I think Sterling Sharp deserved the opportunity to be in, and sometimes that's just how it falls. Those guys have to get in at some point, and all the other guys will as well. But I was extremely thrilled to see that, because I think, he's one of those names that you hear year after year after year, and you're like, you look at his numbers, you know that his career was cut short because of injuries, because of a neck injury, but you just got a guy like Patrick Willis, and Gale Sayers is in the Hall of Fame, guys that had shorter careers, so, he deserved this opportunity to be in. And I think you can be frustrated if you're a Rams fan that Torrey is not in yet, but if you look at the body of work that Sterling Sharp had in his career in his short time, you would say, okay, get him in, and now we can move on and get the other guys in as well. Antonio Gates was the first ballot. He deserved it. Like, when you are a guy that is, and I think what's hard for Torrey, for Reggie, they weren't the best receiver on their team. Mm-hmm. Like, you're not even, so when you're looking at those numbers, Marshall.
Yeah, but the other guys are Hall of Famers.
They are. Isaac Bruce was the best receiver on his team. Marvin Harrison was the best receiver on his team.
I didn't know where he was going.
I was trying to give the other opposing receivers of those teams. So I think that makes it a little bit more difficult. You don't recognize the greatness of those guys because they had other guys on their team that are Hall of Famers as well, but deserve to be in and will be in at some point. But Sterling Sharp, in my opinion, definitely, finally got his opportunity. I was happy to see.
Anybody surprised that a certain quarterback was left off of there?
Eli? Not really. I don't know if he's the first ballot.
Well, the way everybody talked about it and him winning 2 Super Bowls and all this stuff, even though he has almost as many interceptions as he has touchdowns, everybody talked about him being, he'll be there. Is he a Hall of Famer? Like, he won 2 Super Bowls. I get it. But he wasn't the best quarterback of his era. Not even close.
No.
he wasn't the best quarterback in his division, I don't think.
Let's think about that.
I mean, maybe.
McNabb toward the end there.
Kirk Cousins in Washington.
RG3 for a year.
All right, so maybe
in his division.
Maybe
Tony
in his division.
Romo.
Yeah, he was the best quarterback in his division.
Yeah.
But not the conference, let alone the
Jamie's,
NFL.
to Jamie's point, though, when you think about Eli's era, you're talking about Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Big Ben, then the guys that didn't win, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan.
He's not better than any of those guys.
But he is one of 2 guys to ever defeat Tom Brady in a Super Bowl. And he did it twice.
I know, the other guy was Nick Foles. Is he a Hall of Famer?
That's a team award.
But my point, Nick Foles also beat Tom Brady. Is he a Hall of Famer?
No.
Then why do we go there?
I'm just saying he has 2 Super Bowls, and it came against the greatest quarterback to ever, step on a field as of now.
I would say no on Eli.
But then why do people act like he's an automatic?
Because of what Marshall said.
Because of what his name is.
He'll be a Hall of Famer.
To me,
I think Eli is in the Hall of Good.
I think it's because of what his name is. Luke Kuechly, to me, should have been the first ballot before Eli should have been. Luke Kuechly, 8-year career. Again, shorter career, like we talked about with Patrick Willis, like we've talked about with Sterling Sharp. Like when you have a shorter career, you don't get the full picture. You're like, oh, that guy played 8 years. He was a 7-time Pro Bowler and was a Defensive Player of the Year in those 8 years. So what he did in a short span of time was greater than some of these guys that play 15, 16 years that have the same number of Pro Bowls. Eli Manning has 4 Pro Bowls.
4 good Pro Bowls.
Well, yeah, good for him. Not great.
I don't think he's a Hall of Famer.
I do think he'll be in it, though. Not a first ballot. I think it'll take 5 years, but I think he'll be in it. Played in a market that is a huge market. Won 2 Super Bowls. They came against Tom Brady. He had some epic moments in said Super Bowls. And he's Peyton Manning's brother. And he's really good with the media.
Yeah.
He'll be a Hall of Famer. It probably will take some time, but I think he'll end up eventually being in the Hall of Fame.
I think Fred Taylor deserves to be in at some point. It's a lot of guys. It's just backlogged with extremely talented players. Unless you were, and I think this is how you have to define it or decipher, unless you were the best player at your position during your era, you're not a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're not a surefire, 2, 3, 4, 5 years in. Jared Allen was a hell of a defensive end. I mean, motor, but to me, not a first ballot guy because there were other guys that were better than him during his time, right? When you look at Antonio Gates, he's probably the best tight end in his time. I mean, other than you have Tony Gonzalez, who's first ballot, those guys, but they were towards the end of their career. You got guys like that were surefire, the best player on the field, on any field that they're on. Those are the guys that are in the Hall of Fame first ballot, first time around.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Josh Allen wins MVP despite not being selected first team All-Pro, which went to Lamar Jackson.
Kind of crazy, yeah.
Interesting.
Well, like I texted last night to the group chat, I am sorry about that, CD, for how hard you rooted for Lamar all season and your Baltimore Ravens. It's a tough night.
Is that what that text message
If I'm honest,
Carey shows up today.
What is going on?
I thought it was for Jokic because he got 50 total points, rebounds in the season.
Carey, as soon as I got
50 and a half, he needed 51.
As soon as I saw that Josh Allen had won the MVP, that is when I sent the message. I'm so sorry, Carey.
And I feel bad for Carey because he showed up today wearing his Ravens colors.
This is Omega Sci-Fi. This is not a Ravens.
That's Ravens colors. Is it or is it not?
They don't work. It's not. They don't have gold. They just got
yes,
purple.
they do. They got some gold.
They wear those purple, those all purple uniforms.
And so is that. That's an accent too. Yeah. We're just saying it's not crazy to think that you, in support of your Ravens and Lamar,
I'm a Steelers fan,
wore that sweatshirt today.
I'm a Steelers fan.
You picked that out with a purpose, buddy. It's okay.
I actually didn't even realize that you all were going to talk about Lamar today. Nobody cares about Lamar and his greatness, you know?
Oh, there it is.
He's great. He's a great football player.
Daddy defender.
Should have been a 3-time MVP. But, somebody says, it was a record for the Buffalo Bills. I'm sorry. I didn't know Lamar played safety. He had more yards, didn't he? Had more touchdowns.
That's DeMar Hamlin.
No. Yeah, that's DeMar. Exactly. That's why Josh Allen
almost died on the field.
He did almost die. He actually died and came back.
Yeah.
So give him credit.
There's only 2 athletes who have ever done that.
And we work with one every day.
It's probably more, but
Probably more, yeah.
yeah. Anyway,
just don't know them yet.
Congratulations to Josh Allen. Carey certainly would never say it, but again, he's a
well
Ravens
deserved.
fan.
Well
Go
deserved.
Bills.
Well deserved. Where they at?
They're at home.
They're the same place as
with
Ravens.
Lamar and DeMar. They're all at home. Gonna watch those Kansas City Chiefs this weekend.
Oh, boy.
Philadelphia Eagles.
Who?
I'll be watching the Eagles.
Who?
The Who? That's a band.
That is a band. Nice.
They also, I believe, played at the Super Bowl.
They did.
Yeah.
They did. Absolutely. You're a big Who fan?
I know these things.
Jamie?
The Who?
Yeah.
I know the band very well. One of the first concerts I ever saw.
Really?
Yeah.
Carey and I went to the same first concert. We were there at the same time.
What concert was that?
Crisscross.
Here in St. Louis, 1992.
I'll make you jump. Oh, my God. Did you guys have your hoodies on backwards?
I probably
I
did.
did, yeah,
I definitely
absolutely.
had my pants on backwards.
Yeah.
It's hard when you got to pee.
Do what you got to do, man. You're at a Crisscross concert.
How old were you?
12?
Okay. It's acceptable.
12? 11, 12?
Okay,
It was 92 or 93.
we did not get. No, we were younger than that, were we?
No,
If it was
like
93
93.
If it was 93,
92 or 93.
I was 18.
Yeah, I was 92. I was 11.
So
If it was 93,
10.
I was 12.
I was 10. Yeah.
Okay.
I was around.
It's
Okay.
it's acceptable for you guys to have worn your clothes backwards. then.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
It's Fastline on 101 ESPN. We're going to play Super Bowl 59. Fill in the blank. Give you a little tease. Give you a little something to think about in the break here. Blank will shock you if it were to happen on Super Bowl Sunday. That's next on 101 ESPN. Bowl 59, fill in the blank. Andrew Marsh, Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, and Anthony Stalter. All right, boys, I teased this one. Blank. Yeah. Blank will shock you if it were to happen on Super Bowl Sunday. If you're to fill in the blank, the thing that would shock you if it were to happen, what would it be?
Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift.
Okay, yeah, that would be shocking, certainly. I was thinking more in the game, but
I mean, that would
You didn't
happen
specify.
you're right, which is why I'm going back now and
Why are you changing it now?
admitting my fault, correcting what I said. I was thinking more in the game that would shock you.
Huh.
Yeah.
So you don't like my answer?
I was about to say, Jamie, I love your answer though.
No, you're lying.
That would have shocked me too.
I don't think he likes your answer.
I don't think he likes it at all, Carey. And you know what? I don't care
Yeah, I don't think he liked it at all.
It's his damn fault for not explaining the segment properly.
He didn't.
Right,
Now you are correct. He
took
did
the
not
fault
do
on
a
that,
great
yeah.
job at that.
You did, but you didn't. Because then you followed it up with, I meant in-game.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it was my fault. Love your answer. The thing in game that would shock you would be.
Well, it'd be shocking if he proposed in the game, too. Like if they pan to the sidelines. And he's down on one knee and...
Fill in the blank.
No?
Oh man.
Oh, yeah, you're doing great.
It would shock me if Travis Kelce goes off.
Okay.
If I'm a big fan, Gio, I know that offense runs through Travis Kelce. You know him well. Obviously, you played against him when you were the head coach of the Denver Broncos. You've had opportunities to see him over and over again. You've been studying film now for multiple weeks, preparing for this opportunity. And I've said this time and time again, he is the one that gets that offense going. He's the catalyst for that offense. You allow him to. For the life of me, I don't understand how teams don't know where he is, and he finds a way to be open for 34-yard gains. He's not running past people. He's catching an 8-yard route. He's turning, and he's picking up another 20 yards, 30 yards, and it's mind-blowing. So for me, if I'm taking away the thing you do best, I'm going to stop Travis Kelce from having explosive plays. If you want to throw it to Xavier Worthy downfield, okay, good luck, have fun, nice try. Juju Smith-Schuster's not going to run past anybody. Hollywood Brown, he's a smaller-bodied person. I'm going to know where Travis Kelce is and lock him down and not allow him to have a big game. So if Travis Kelce goes off, I'd be shocked.
Where are you, Marsh?
I would be shocked if someone throws for over 400 yards.
Okay.
Oh,
I would be shocked, too.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
I'll be
I mean,
shocked.
is that too, like, out there?
No.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
I was going to say, I'd be shocked if Saquon rushes for under 100.
You'd be shocked if he did.
If he runs for under 100 yards, yes.
Okay.
Even with the numbers that your guy, Dan Orlovsky, posed to us that we talked about
Just telling
yesterday.
you.
And then all of a sudden you gave Anthony a bunch of crap for not liking him.
Yeah.
We'll get into those numbers sooner or later.
Hershey, who the hell asked you?
I did, Marsh.
Thanks,
And I
Anthony.
think you did well.
I got your back.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. After what you said about him earlier? That's funny. That's
You know what?
funny.
Marsh was in a different place then.
I was idling in
Yeah,
bad
you were out of the
mood.
room.
Well, hey, listen, we all make mistakes, okay? Mentally, he's bounced back.
Don't
I
leave
can
this
see
room.
it. What?
Don't leave this room.
Anthony, I would say it to your face.
Thank you, Marsh. I appreciate it. And you have. Still hurts. Anyway, I would be shocked if this game did not come down to the final play in some way. Whether, late field goal, other team gets the ball and they're still trying to, even if it's one of those weird, lateral plays at the end, I would be shocked if it didn't come down to the last play. I think these teams are so evenly matched. They've both played in so many tight games. I would be very surprised. I'd be surprised if we didn't have a game in the fourth quarter. Shocked. All right, blank narrative will die on Sunday. So the storyline, that won't be a factor. Everybody's talking about it, but it won't be a factor.
Nick Sirianni is a terrible coach. That narrative will die Sunday night.
Okay.
I was going to say Jalen Hurts is not an elite quarterback.
Okay.
I will say that the refs are in the Chiefs' back pocket.
That one will die? Mm-hmm. Okay, so
live alone.
Don't want to jump too far ahead here, but I got the narrative that will actually play out on Sunday. So the one that's the one for me.
Really?
Yeah. People need that.
I think
Losers need that. They Jamie, I think you'll agree with me on this.
if the Eagles win, what are they going to say? Well, the Chiefs,
Exactly.
That's
So
what I'm
the
saying. I
Chiefs-
think it dies.
So I got the Chiefs winning, obviously. You sounds like you're going with the Eagles.
Well,
and
maybe.
we'll get to predictions later on the show.
Yeah, I don't want to spoil anything.
But if the Eagles lose, how else are the fans going to cope with it if they don't blame the refs for losing? It's like a lot of Bills fans.
Yeah.
They need that. You need it.
The Bills should have blocked the corner.
How can your team lose on the field if it wasn't for the referees or the NFL?
Well, it could be that the grass was too slippery.
That's always one.
You know,
of course, it was on both. The grass was slippery on both sides.
Yeah,
but
one
it's
team
not what
had
I
better
heard.
cleats.
Sure,
it's not what I heard.
So that's
Could be anything.
That's the narrative that
there
will
could be
actually
a
play
power
out.
outage in New Orleans, like there was when they had the 49ers and the Ravens playing in the Super Bowl, and maybe that changed the course of the game. Who knows? Sure, could be anything, Anthony.
So I gave mine for the storyline that will actually play out, but the blank narrative that will die on Sunday will be the one that Carey has hit over and over and over again each and every week of this Chiefs team just isn't, quote, that good. That'll die on Sunday.
Wow, Carey.
You're just not that good this year.
No,
that won't die.
what I've actually said is they aren't explosive on the offensive side.
Admit it.
That they aren't
don't
explosive.
feel as though that the Chiefs
offensively.
are as good this year as they have been in the
No,
past. They're not that good.
I don't feel like they're as good as they have been in the past.
That narrative will die on Sunday. It will not matter.
Cool.
The narrative that will actually play out on Sunday. I got the Chiefs and the refs.
I don't know.
What one do you have holding up?
That Saquon is the best player on the field.
That's where I was headed. Is Saquon crushes it and dominates everybody's faces.
That Patrick Mahomes makes a video game-esque play. We saw that in the Super Bowl when the Chiefs lost to not the 49ers, the Buccaneers. Different scramble plays or whatever. I think he ends up doing something. Maybe he'll throw a left-handed pass or whatever like he's done before. Like, I think there will be a play that he makes that is video game-esque where we're like, oh my gosh, like this guy totally is the best player on the field.
And ever, Bob.
Maybe. He's got to win a couple more Super Bowls.
Fair enough. All right, the player nobody is talking about heading into the game that will become a household name, at least for one day on Sunday, will be
Jalen Carter. And people that don't know, people that know football know, but those that don't know will find out.
I think he's dealing with an illness right now.
Hey, you going to get him juiced up on some
I think so.
Jalen Carter.
Vitamin C.
No way he's missing that game.
No way. You heard of Michael Jordan? He was sick one game. How'd that work out for the Jazz?
Are you comparing Jalen Carter to Michael
just saying,
Jordan?
when you're sick, you play your best. You know, Jamie.
A wounded animal fights harder.
Why'd you go to him? Because he's been sick and played before.
That's true.
Like I haven't?
Well, Anthony. You weren't
Carey.
going to agree with me because I got the Eagles.
So this is pretty as of recent.
Jordan pushed off in that game.
Jeff McLean 3 hours ago, hearing that Eagles Jalen Carter's feeling much better, along with several other players and coaches.
I love that narrative.
So there you go.
It's Friday. You got
even
2 more days.
Even though I don't have the Eagles winning this game, Cooper DeJean,
It's a good
the
pick.
rookie from Iowa. I love that kid. He hasn't allowed a touchdown all year.
It's a good pick.
So, Cooper DeJean.
Oh, me?
Marshy, Jamie, Marsh.
Yeah, I'll go.
Jamie, Marsh.
No, it's fine. I said this before the show started. I don't know about household name, but you said just for Sunday. I think it's Kareem Hunt. I think it's Kareem Hunt. He did not, and for great reason, was not able to be a part of that first Chiefs team that won the Super Bowl. I think he gets his Super Bowl, maybe, don't want to spoil anything, this Sunday. And I think he's a huge part of that.
Marsh, I got to give it to you. You are the storyline guy for everything, and that would be the storyline.
100%. Like, they brought him in midway through the year, and I believe in 4 straight games he has at least a touchdown. I know we'll get to Super Bowl prop bets later in the show. That might be a good one to look at for anytime touchdown. But Kareem Hunt, That's my guy.
So I was thinking Kareem Hunt, but he's kind of a household name, so I didn't know if he qualified.
Yeah, I think we would.
And it was based on what you said, Marshy. 4 games in a row with touchdowns. And he's kind of been like the undercard. Like you talk about Saquon, you talk about all the people, everybody else. And all of a sudden, oh, yeah, you forget that Kareem Hunt plays for the Chiefs.
Well, even because they have Isaiah Pacheco on their team, too, who's a massive part of their team in previous iterations of this Chiefs squad. So, like, you almost, like, look past Kareem Hunt because of Isaiah Pacheco.
I did have another one. I was gonna add Devontae Smith as well. Like,
Yeah,
I think
he won a Heisman.
Again, people that watch, when you're talking about, I'm talking about at the end of the game, I'm going to Disney World. Those people become more famous than, because more people are watching that than watch the Heisman. No, people don't watch college football to the tune of the amount of people that are going to watch the Super Bowl. So
because
for me,
the championship is more important than like the individual awards and
no,
stuff?
because it's college football and this is the NFL.
Good catch.
Appreciate you.
What about Carey?
Okay, didn't get the bite.
What about Zach Bond?
I like that pick as well. The linebacker,
for the Eagles.
Yeah. The people are talking about, the Eagles, the linebackers are not, I think they have done I think the front seven has done I think the entire defense has done a fantastic job for the Eagles all year.
Yeah, they've been great.
So for me, he probably could be because he's going to be one of those players that is going to be responsible for making sure that Travis Kelce is not sitting down 8 yards from the damn ball. That's it. He's going to be somewhere within arm's reach. 8 to 10 yards from the football. Wherever it's snapped, find him in that region. He ain't going to run past you. And if you know that, you know he's going to be somewhere shorter than that. All the routes are 10 yards and less. Other than that, he's probably running a post or a corner once you get to 10 yards. Maybe a dig. But if he's less than that, he's hooking up in the middle somewhere. It ain't rocket science, man. And he's not running past you. I see you. I'm watching you. Find him. That's football.
I got 2 people to address real quick in the snake pit here. Waterboy says, Anthony, you didn't come back from death like Rivers did. I know, Waterboy, and you have to remind me of that all the time. That's one. Trophy Husband. CD has pointed out that the Chiefs are barely beating their opponents. Anthony is predicting the game to come down to the last play, but that somehow discredits CD. What? I wasn't discrediting CD for that. What I'm saying is the Chiefs will win. They'll be Super Bowl champions, and it'll kill the narrative that they're not that good this year. That's all. I wasn't discrediting CD. Come on, Trophy Husband. You're better than that. You're way better than that.
And
Trophy
DJ
Husband.
Cakes, as I just explained, Devontae Smith is not well known as you may think because you probably watch football. We're talking about people that don't watch football as much. Becomes a household name when you have a big game in the Super Bowl.
Yep. Yeah.
Hey.
I can't give you that one, CD.
Right.
I'm sorry. I award you no points.
I appreciate you.
God have mercy on your soul.
There's some people that watch the game but don't watch. There's some people that watch just halftime and they don't really care about the game.
Yes.
But then there's also the people that watch the game but don't watch halftime, like Anthony.
Yeah.
We're looking at those people that don't really watch the
I don't
game.
watch halftime
they're
at
just
all.
there for halftime.
That's my time to go get a snack and do all that other stuff. And they're like, oh, this is amazing. I'm like, who's playing this year?
Yeah, who is playing this year?
SZA.
And Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar with SZA.
Yeah.
What?
Kendrick Lamar took home 5 Grammys.
That's great. So did Beyonce for Country Album of the
Right,
Year,
I think
by
she
the
took
way.
one.
My God.
I'm with you.
Never mind all the great country artists out there.
Hey,
Beyonce is going to rip in for one solo country album and walk away with the Grammy.
I couldn't agree more.
Got to be kidding me.
Trophy Husband responded, I'm really not better than that, Anthony, but thanks. Yes, you are. Yes. All right. It's Fast on 101 ESPN. I'm going to read it this way. Why would you trade Brayden Schenn? That's next on 101 ESPN.
If you're thinking about selling your home here in the St. Louis area, why would you call anyone but Gloria Lou with your home sold guaranteed realty? Selling your home is tricky no matter what, but with today's market the way it is, where prices are fluctuating, interest rates are fluctuating, you need someone who can get your home sold for the most money available and get you to the closing table. And that's Gloria Lou. She's been in the business for over 20 years, and Gloria understands the dynamic of living in St. Louis and St. Louis area. She understands that each zip code has a different price range. And that's why Gloria Lou's going to take you and your home and look at it and tell you exactly what price to ask for to make you the most money, but sell your home quickly as well. She also has a database with thousands of buyers that she can guide to your listing. That creates a lot of traffic for your listing. Hopefully multiple offers and maybe even more money for you in your pocket. But I guarantee you she gets you to the closing table. So please pick up the phone. Tell Gloria Lou that Jamie Rivers sent you in. Her number is 314-325-6888. Again, that's 314-325-6888. Or you can always visit GloriaHasTheBuyers.com.
Your time check is brought to you by Collection Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler, with Jamie Rivers and Carey Davis and Andrew Marsh. I'm Anthony Stalter. You okay, big guy?
You got me. You got me.
What's wrong with
you? You gave me the crap chair. As soon as I sat on it, I almost fell off the damn thing.
Look
at this thing. It keeps
Yeah. Full disclosure here, though, Jamie. When I had to sit in Carey's chair the other day when he was out sick and the camera wasn't working on this one, you switched the chairs.
No, I didn't.
So I just switched back.
I didn't.
Yes,
you thought I did.
What do you mean, Dad? No, you did. I've never had that chair. I've never had that crap chair.
This
Until
chair.
you switched.
This chair, you sat over there.
Yes.
I switched with that chair.
Which is mine.
Yeah, but you weren't sitting there.
Still, the next day and the day
so next
after
week,
that.
if I decide to sit over there, I took your chair again?
Correct.
Lies. Anyways, I almost hit the turf there.
You did.
All right, so Darren Dreger of TSN.
What does he know?
He was asked about Schenn and whether he was about to be made available for trade by our St. Louis Blues. Dreger stressed that any hypothetical move won't be easy to pull off given that Schenn has a no-trade clause, but he also believes that Blues GM Doug Armstrong could look to make a shakeup with this team underachieving. So this is the thing that Dreger said specifically about this. Some believe that there's a potential of Brayden Schenn being traded by the St. Louis Blues. He is their captain. He does have a full no-trade clause. So if it is it's a complicated process. But we also know Doug Armstrong, the general manager, very well and how aggressive he can be. And the Blues are underachieving right now. So yes, the top contenders looking at the market, looking for the center or the center that they're interested in, and that would include the Toronto Maple Leafs. The return would have to be mammoth. Is there a team that would be willing to pay it? It's too soon to say, but I do believe that the Blues are at least testing or gauging the market to see what that level of interest is, and ultimately probably have to make that call in the weeks ahead.
Okay. So do you think the
One
Blues...
of those Toronto things again? Okay.
Let me cook.
All right.
Do you think the Blues are actively just throwing it out there right now?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to name it 2 players. What team was rumored to be in on Jordan Binnington?
Oh, that'd be the one Canadian, Toronto.
Okay. And then last year, Colton Parayko, rumored to be on the block. Doug Armstrong exploring trading Colton Parayko.
Yeah.
And what team was mentioned?
That was the Canadian team with the leaf on it. Toronto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is just what I said last year.
Yeah.
The Toronto media, it's fun because I've now experienced it. I've been up in the press box around these guys. They're eating at the media lounge or whatever, and they're talking. Oh, this guy would be great as a Leaf. No, this guy. So now it's Brayden Schenn because they need a second or third line center. Basically like they did when they traded for Ryan O'Reilly. And then they go, oh, wait. Brayden Schenn, he's having a good season. And Craig Berube loves him. He'd be a great Leaf.
And Doug Armstrong's the GM.
Oh, and that was another one. That Doug Armstrong was going to be the GM in Toronto, too. Remember that?
Yes.
Yeah, that's another one. So this is the Toronto media that fabricate things. They fabricate it because they want to will it into existence because they have a very powerful media group up there. And if it happens, then, hey, great. But if you're the Blues right now, what's one of the problems that Doug Armstrong has talked about with this group?
That was my main, the center position.
And?
Toughness.
Physicality. Yeah.
And leadership.
Yeah.
Okay? If you trade Brayden Schenn, who's leading this team? Who are you turning to and going, man, you're the guy now? Is it Robert Thomas?
No.
Jake Neighbors.
BK and Ferrario thought, oh, yeah, Thomas would be the next in line. No, he wouldn't. Not right now. He's got work to do. If we're talking about body language problems in the media, you're giving the C there? Or that? No. Will he get there one day? Possibly. But right now, that's not your guy. Colton Parayko, great guy, unbelievable person. The silent giant, though, a little bit.
Right.
So,
which is fine, great, but...
So then if you have a team that's inconsistent, which the Blues are, a couple of years in a row now, and they're lacking leadership, and you don't have a lot of toughness, and then you take the one guy who exemplifies all of that out of your lineup, now what?
You're screwed.
What does that do for your rebuild, retool, whatever the heck it is?
It hinders it.
I think it does. Now, would Brayden Schenn be a great Toronto Maple Leaf and help that team? Absolutely. But you could also say he'd be a great Colorado Avalanche. He'd be a great Montreal Canadian. Like, he'd be good in a lot of places.
Right.
What would you have to get from, let's say, Toronto or whatever team that would be interested in Brayden Schenn? Like, what do you have to get? It said mammoth is the word, the buzzword here. What would you have to get in order to get rid of a Brayden Schenn?
Matthew Nice.
Which I'm cool with.
He's a young
given
player.
That he played with Jimmy Snuggerud in college.
And I think he's already got 20 goals this season. He's playing first line with Austin Matthews and those guys. And he's going to be a really good player. Will he be a star? I don't know. But he's going to be a really good player for a long time. He's only 22 years old, too, so he's going to be, as they say in the baseball world, cost-controlled for an extended period of time, as long as you want him to be. And, yeah, he's got 21 goals, 36 points in 50 games this year. Yes, I'll take that, please. Mm-hmm. Plays left wing, so you can, if you're looking to find a winger for old Booch and Tomer, because nobody seems to fit the bill so far this year, there's your guy.
So, Jamie just crapped all over that, and rightfully so. Makes sense.
I just don't like hearing, especially when someone Toronto-based, all of a sudden is like, where it is. Really?
Well, what if it were St. Louis-based?
Then I'd actually find more fact in it a little bit, because then it's not the St. Louis media just trying to drum up a trade.
What if it were St. Louis 101 ESPN listeners-based? What core piece of the Blues would you be willing to trade away?
Well played.
Leave us a mic drop. Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop via the 101 ESPN Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers mic drop app.
And the premise behind this is...
app. App. It's just the 101 app.
Okay. The premise behind this is Doug Armstrong, in his media availability, said that the core here hasn't changed. They've changed the coaches, changed some accent pieces, but the core group hasn't changed. So if you were to change it, who would it be? Is it Booch, Thomas, Schenn, Kyrou, Parayko, Falk? Like your guys that have been here. Mm-hmm. That's what we're looking for.
So leave us a mic drop. We'll play those at some point in the second half of the show. Who would you be willing to give up if you're the Blues? What core piece of the Blues? And try to, think about it from Army standpoint. Does it make sense? Why would you do it? Feel free to go full depth into this. So leave us a Scott Lee Heating Company mic drop via the Dobbs and Tire Auto Centers 101 ESPN mobile app, and we'll play those at some point later on in the show. We do have our Sports Six-Pack coming up. Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646. So if you do have a question for us, send it in. Sports Six-Pack next in the Fast Lane.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
All right, time for the Sports Six back here on the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Anthony Stalter. Here's Andrew Marsh with your questions via the Air Comfort Service text line 314-399-9646. Go ahead, Marsh, please.
Question number one.
Thank you.
All right, this one comes from the Water Boy. Complete the sentence. When I sit down to watch the big game on Sunday, I will be drinking blank and eating my favorite snack, blank.
Ooh. So the Stalter family's going over to a friend's Super Bowl party this weekend. So I don't know what the spread's going to look like, but typically like to watch the game with a beer. Top dog is always Budweiser. Nothing heavy about it. You can't go wrong with a buffalo chicken dip.
Oh, it's a staple.
I mean, come on.
I concur.
I'm a big
concur,
fan.
Doctor?
I'm a big fan of nachos.
Loaded nachos?
Oh yeah, the more loaded, the better. Just keep that guac off.
What?
Jacks me up.
Really?
I get like bad stomach pains.
Really? From guac?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Thank you.
That's awful.
Yeah. Avocados. Yeah. No, they jack me. They jack me right up.
So you wouldn't want an avocado as a gift?
No, I would view that as you're trying to poison me.
Gotcha.
Who's giving avocados as gifts?
Well, there's that one little kid, that video where he's like, an avocado, thanks. Got a gift.
Oh, no.
Just gifted an avocado.
I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that
Pretty
either.
funny.
Yeah.
Pretty viral.
Oh, okay.
That means it's a lot of people watching it, Anthony.
Not you and I, though.
Clearly.
Not you and I. Chicken wings. Fantastic.
Yep. I go with wings. Beverage, I drink a bottle of water or,
What?
Yeah, bottle of water.
Okay.
Boring!
And maybe a Blue Moon or a Michelob Ultra, depending on what you got there.
Okay.
You know.
I'm really good with most beers.
I'm not really
love the
big on
IPAs.
beers.
No?
Yeah, I mean, they're cool. But what are we drinking for, huh? What's the purpose of this beverage that we're enjoying?
Oh, to connect with friends and company.
You can't do that with water?
No, not well.
Anthony, me and you connected real well at the Champ Bash.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Yes, we did.
We were so connected that you thought that I was there for a portion of the game, and I wasn't.
I told Marsh the next day, I said, remember I was telling you in the second half? And Marsh goes, no, I was
there.
not there. I left at halftime.
It wasn't me.
So, Carey, I don't know who the hell I was talking to.
The guy that looked like Marsh.
Maybe.
He just
Might have been
kept
Chris
calling him
Hemsworth.
Marsh.
I don't know. Could have been talking to Thor himself. No idea. Yeah. What about you, Marsh? What are you drinking?
Ultra. Going with the Ultra. And I'll try and pick a snack that isn't what you guys mentioned, but maybe those little wieners, like a bacon wrapped wiener.
He wants the wieners.
Oh,
Yeah.
shout out
Give
to the
him the
bacon wrapped
wieners.
wiener.
Yeah.
He wants the mini wieners.
The little mini
Wrapped.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little with a
Like
little
hot
bacon.
dog. What is it called?
Little smoked
Cocktail
sausages.
wiener.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what they are. They're called
Enjoy.
cocktail
Cocktail
wieners.
wieners. You got a little
Don't they have another name?
Pigs in a
Smokies.
blanket.
Pigs in a blanket is what I'm
Smokies.
thinking.
No, I'm thinking of the
Yeah,
Smokies.
thinking the pigs
Yeah.
in a blanket.
Pigs in a blanket.
Yeah.
The
Which, by the way, why
Bacon
would you
wrapped
ever put a
Smoky.
pig in a blanket?
Maybe it's
they're
cold.
Yeah, they're cold.
Really? Feel that fat on them? They ain't cold.
You don't know?
I mean, I guess I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, it's more about whether or not you care for that animal or not. You know?
Yeah.
See?
Although I have seen them with like a little thing across their back, like like the little horse blanket thingy. They got them on the pigs sometimes.
Like a throw?
Yeah, they're like plastic on
what
one
it's
side and
A throw pillow?
Yeah, a throw. It's like
Throw
a
blanket?
Throw blanket. Did I make that up?
No.
No. I just don't know where you throw them. But yeah, you're right.
I don't think you can throw them anywhere. They're kind of heavy. You just mentioned that. They're
But
big.
you can throw them. I mean,
big. You
guy
gotta
like
be
you
big,
work
strong
out,
guy.
you can throw them for sure.
I'm not picking up any pigs.
Marsh,
know about
bacon
pig,
wrapped
but-
wiener had a very inappropriate comment for you, but I think he means it. So.
Oh wow!
Oh, nice. Well, you know what's funny is Bacon Wrapped Wiener's profile picture is Tanner.
I just realized that. That's hilarious.
That is.
Yeah.
That's great.
Very fun. Very fun.
Question number 2.
From the 217, have you ever known a player to intentionally give media a false trade tip because they were annoyed with the media member?
No. Brendan Shanahan used to just make up stories and tell the media, though. Like, what'd you do in the offseason? And one time he gave a whole, I forget, it was a Tom Hanks movie. But he made it sound like it was his life, and he went on this whole diatribe, and like they wrote it the next day. In the offseason, Brendan Schenn, he was just giggling. Like, this before, like, internet and you have to research things. Like, it was pretty funny. He would give them false stories all the time.
Who would believe that? Like, what movie?
I don't remember. I wish I could go back.
You would be surprised.
I went to Coney Island, and turns out they had a machine there, and I played the machine, and I actually turned into a kid again.
Yeah. I don't think he said that.
I think that's a bit far.
But he did. He said that he took up juggling knives in the off season, and I started out by wearing gloves for safety, and then as he got better, he didn't require the gloves anymore. And like. People Brendan Shanahan juggling knives in the offseason.
That's dangerous.
Seems like he's ready for a big season this year.
Yeah.
Oh, he's juggling knives. He should trade him away.
Best shape of his life.
And it took like forever until finally one media person was like, there's no way that's true. Yeah. And like asked him, and he's like, yeah, no, that's not true at all.
Oh, boy. Go ahead, Carey. What were you saying?
Now I was going to say, when you are a certain level of player, because they do things that normal people don't do, you tend to believe it. Like, I remember we were all sitting around the locker one time, and Troy was telling us this story about his offseason and how he was hanging with Halle Berry, and we were like, whoa, man, are you serious? Like, Troy Polamalu, you were with Halle Berry? He's like, yeah, and I did all this. And he's just giving the whole story, and we were doing this, and we were working on this, and then I woke up. And we were like, Troy, get the hell out of here.
That reminds me of
That's hilarious.
Big Daddy when he's talking to the love interest or whatever, and he's telling her about like being backstage with Styx, and she's like, wow, really? And he's like, nah, I'm just kidding, but I did do this one time, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
She's like, really? And he goes, nah, I'm just messing.
Nah. All right, let's continue our sports six-pack. So feel free to send in any questions that you have. 314-399-9646 is the Air Comfort Service text line. So keep sending in those questions. More six-pack next on 101 ESPN. Right now, you can head down to Herculaneum and take advantage of their Love at First Drive sales event. It's going on in Herculaneum at Auto Centers Nissan. They've got over 700 new and used vehicles all in one location, heavily discounted prices on every vehicle in stock. So we're talking about new Nissans that are discounted up to $10,000 off with sales prices starting under $23,000 on select models. 0 down, no payments for 3 months on select used vehicles, and no payments going on right now on select new Nissans right now for 6 months. That's right. No payments for 6 months on select new Nissans, all at Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. They've got the great low financing rates with terms up to 84 months, plus 2025 Nissan models come with a free lifetime warranty and 3 free oil changes. Plus, you get that peace of mind coverage with their 30-day return promise. Within 30 days, if you're not completely in love with the vehicle, bring it back to Auto Centers Nissan Herculaneum. They'll refund you, and they'll set you up with something else that you do like. Talk to them down there in Herculaneum. When you do, tell them Stalter sent you. Head down to Auto Centers Nissan this weekend.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues lose to the Florida Panthers last night by a final score of 3-2. They'll take on the Chicago Blackhawks tomorrow night, and you can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. Before the Blues game, we'll have some college hoops as Oklahoma takes on Tennessee. Pregame for that one starts at 10:30 a.m. Tip-off is at 11. And, of course, on Sunday, we'll have all the Super Bowl 59 coverage for you. Pregame starts at 1 o'clock. Kickoff will be at 5:30. We have part 2 of our Sports Six-Pack coming up next, so get those questions in to the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
And one average show.
I have a question.
It's time for the Fast Lane to answer your sports questions.
I want to ask you a bunch of questions, and I want to have them answered immediately.
Asking me all these weird questions.
Answer the question.
Answer the question.
Answer me!
The Sports Six-Pack is now.
With Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers and Andrew Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter. It's a Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. The Air Comfort Service text line is 314-399-9646 as we continue our Sports Six-Pack. Marsh, go.
Question number 3.
From the 314, I know that Jamie has several jobs. Do Carey, Anthony, or Marsh have any other jobs other than the Fast Lane?
I do radio for Illinois football. I do the color commentary for the football team during the football season. That's another job I have. I also work on some real estate, flipping properties.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, since working here at 101, I've always had separate side gigs. So whether that is like, I was fortunate enough for about a year to work for the mothership, 101 ESPN, not 101 ESPN, ESPN out in Bristol, where I was doing nights and weekend shows and hosted that Sunday NFL show from Bristol for the one football season, which was a lot of fun. Various podcasts. I've done some like betting podcasts for various, under various different umbrellas. I forget what some of the companies were called, but I was working with a kind of a big time sports bettor, and we talked during the halftime of a lot of the big college football games. We do a podcast that were streamed on Twitter. So I always kind of got my hand in different areas there when it comes to side projects and things like that. So
You've clearly forgot one project that you've been working on.
Well, that's I don't even consider that a job. It's a love. It's a passion.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's of course the Clear Camp.
There you go.
Coming to you in a couple of years.
Yeah, this year.
It's gonna be this year.
Yep. Oh, we're gonna have a Clear Camp.
2025.
Yep.
All right. Yep. Droid FX Gridiron Guys podcast. Well,
I thought that's where you're going with the love and passion at first, but then I was like, I feel like if you love something, you actually want to do it.
Oh, wow. Chew it and do it.
Well, that too.
Chew it and do it. Blue Chew.
Love that.
we do. We actually, me, Tim McKernan, and our guy Riz, Scott Rizzuto, did a podcast yesterday talking about the Super Bowl. And I believe that's posted on all the various, YouTube and our websites, so social media. We did a podcast. We broke down the Super Bowl, talked to, about the spread and the lines and some of the prop bets and things like that. So check it out. It was a lot of fun. Those two guys are pros.
What's it called, Anthony? Probably help people.
The Spread Zone.
There you go.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So they can't really check out what they don't know.
The Spread Zone.
Not the red zone, but the spread zone.
The Spread Zone.
Do you guys have 8 hours of commercial-free podcasting?
30 minutes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Marcy, how about you?
I work with Maryville Hockey. Been doing that for a few years.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Unfortunately, the season is almost over, so we'll have to pack it up and take the summer off and then get back at it again.
There you go.
So, hoping for a nice run for the Maryville Saints.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah.
Question number 4.
From the 314, guys, what are the pros and cons of going to a Blues game on your first date with a girl. Need help making a decision.
Does she like hockey?
Yeah, does she like hockey?
Does she understand hockey?
If she doesn't understand, you spend the whole night telling her what the rules are.
And maybe that's your goal. Maybe that's your thing. Maybe that's a way to connect. You want to talk all night.
That's really what
You're not going to watch the game, but if she likes hockey, if she enjoys hockey, I guess that'd be a good
Which I'm sure she
date.
does. I mean,
Who doesn't?
Why wouldn't she?
Who doesn't?
You know?
Right?
I actually think a hockey game would be fun because you had an opportunity. You could still. It's not like you're watching a movie, so you're not really getting to know her and all that. Yeah. You're watching the game, but so you've got something going on. So it winds up being kind of a rough first date. You got nothing in common. You can at least watch the hockey game, or if you guys hit it off, great. You guys can still talk and chat it up and watch the hockey.
Yeah,
one of the Saturday day games. Then you can, if it's a good game, you all enjoy yourself.
You parlay that into a dinner?
Yeah, you see where I'm going. And if it's not, you got the rest of your damn night.
You go on a different date.
Hey, you do your thing.
Yeah.
Take it to a 1 p.m., 2 p.m. Saturday game.
Yeah.
Enjoy it. 5 o'clock, you're out of there. Hey, you want to grab dinner? We had a great time. If not, all right, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Nice knowing you.
I think the sporting event, whether it's hockey or Cardinals baseball game, I think the sporting event is a good first-ish date environment. The movie never really made sense to me because you're in there and you can't talk.
Right.
So you might as well just be sitting next to a stranger. For the most part,
Going to a movie.
At least a sporting event, you can talk throughout. Go get concessions. This, that. You kind of learn a little bit about them. They cheer. There's good things. There's bad things that happen. I don't know. I don't mind.
Idea.
I think it depends on the level of interest that you have in the sport, right, as the guy. Because if you go to a Blues game and you're more interested in seeing what's happening on the ice rather than getting to know the young lady that you're with, that could be bad. Like, at least for a first date, right? Because you wanna get to know her and you talk to her and all these different things, but you also you want to watch the power play, or you want to see what's happening in the game as well. It's not like you.
What do you think she's going to ask you to do? Get a dry erase board and explain things?
That's what I was going to say. I think it gives you a chance to explain it and kind of show off your knowledge. Like, oh, that's a power play. They got a penalty for this, and you're explaining to her. This is the dance.
Well, I understand
man.
that.
What's that man doing with a towel?
Why is he throwing things at people?
There you go. You get to kind of lean over and explain it to her, and she's like, "Oh, I got a smart guy. He knows his stuff." And then you get to leave, and you're like, "Yeah, I do. I know my stuff."
I get that.
You could be the hero, Andrew.
Waterboy's got a great idea. Let's go see Anthony's flag football Falcons. See a great
Sporting event. Little kids are cute.
Yeah.
For the most part.
And see Anthony go crazy when the running back doesn't get the handoff.
I told you you're going to see Anthony with the pencil.
You didn't say how.
Oh,
in his ear and the cutoff hoodie.
Matt Patricia style.
I should do that. I should totally do that.
Hey, would you be interested in going? There's this guy that I listen to on the radio. Would you be interested in going to see him coach little kids?
He's a hell of a coach too.
That'd be
hilarious.
It's not a bad idea. I was picturing those you were talking, like explaining hockey or whatever. I was just picturing like if Chris and I first date, we go to like a soccer game. What are they doing? Well, here's the thing. When you're thinking about soccer, you have to think about it as a whole.
Yeah.
And there's different running tactics and. She walks away like this guy knows nothing.
The 314 says, all my first dates are sporting events. Lots of fun, but the success rate is low.
What, the team loses or he does?
He does.
Sound like he does.
Well, he's not the right person.
There you go. Sound like the wrong people.
Yeah. What?
Oh. Yeah, no, you guys are right with what you said.
What were you going to...
Basically what I'm saying is if you are...
I'm just saying if the guy's had like five days, they don't go anywhere.
Might be him.
If you look around the room and you can't find the problem, you might be the problem.
That's all I'm saying. And no offense to this
person. He's a positive take on it.
That's why I said you guys go with it.
Until you find the right one.
Yeah. Like
trying.
Carey and Jamie said. I echo what they said.
There you go.
It's not you, man. It's them.
No.
All I'm saying is if you're in a discussion and she's asking you questions and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to dial into this hockey game right now.
Then you shouldn't take her there.
Don't go there.
Then you can't take
Why
it
do you
there.
have to be a
That's what I'm
super
saying.
fan?
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. I think it depends on the level of interest that you have in
I
said
agree.
game.
I agree.
So what do you
You're right.
guys do if you bring a
You
date?
have to yell at us, Marshall.
I'm yelling. He did get aggressive there. for a
I'm
little
getting
bit, yeah.
aggressive.
He's got his hat on. He's coming over to.
I'll hop over. I'll jump over there like I'm a Washington Commanders defender on a tush push.
There you
I'll
go.
do it multiple times, Anthony, before you say that I award you points.
I get it.
Jesus,
I
Marshy.
get it.
So let me present you guys with a scenario.
Okay.
I think it'd be fun to hear your reaction. We're going way back, okay? We're all single at this point. And let's say you take a girl to the Blues game. Let's just say the Blues game. She's a beautiful girl. Seems like an awesome person. You get there, first period, things are going good. You're talking, a couple of beers in. She goes, says, I got to go to the restroom. I'm back. She comes back, slams another beer. Like after the first period, she's hammered. And now she loves hockey. And she's standing up, yelling, cussing, and doesn't really know the rules. But, how hot does she have to be at that point?
I don't know what the downside is.
I'm good.
I'm waiting for the downside.
You having a good time?
Maybe she starts spilling beer on the guy in front of you.
Oh, now you're doing
He
too
stands up. She's having words. Like, it turns into a spectacle.
Yeah, you got to sit down and not cause issues for the people around you. Like you can't be.
But like, what's the threshold, CD?
Spilling beer on somebody else and
Not
now,
on purpose.
It
Just
doesn't
like
matter.
that
But
happened.
if you're that drunk and can't contain or compose yourself, like. All right, let's sit down. How about we just sit down and chill? But she's still going. Okay,
I'm at a hockey game.
shoot!
Smashes the beer over your head.
If they won't fight, I will.
I will.
Yeah.
It might be time to go.
All right.
Yeah.
Because I see some things. When I'm down between the benches,
I'm sure.
I see some things.
Maybe you say, hey, I got to go say hi to my friend down there between the benches. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
And it wasn't long ago I witnessed, I don't think it was a first date, but it was a date because I always do the old CSI, look for wedding rings. Are they married? Are they not? It must be a date, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I create my own little scenario in my head.
Yeah.
And I'm watching these two people, and she's getting banged up. Like the game's going on, and she's having trouble getting out of the road to get up to go to the bathroom. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Then she's hot up, banging on the glass like the visitors bench. And he is like mortified. And I'm like, I wonder if this is first date, second date.
She invited him.
Whatever. And then I thought to myself, yeah, that's past my threshold right there. I would be like, I gotta go to the bathroom and like never come back.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you got to be there. You got to be in there in that situation.
Yeah.
We did get a text from the 618 so this is from BDB. Going on 25 years married. First date was a Blues Red Wings playoff game.
What year?
Wow.
So that had to be, if it's 25 married, that means 2000 is when they probably got married. So unfortunately,
I was in that game.
Wow. You're welcome. I was waiting for it. All right, it's Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Hopefully, we answered your your question
That was fun
for you.
either way.
Yeah, I think ultimately, I think we can all agree it's a solid first date, unless you're Marsh and you're like.
Super fan. He went super
locked
fan.
into this early February Blues game.
it depends on the game.
How did you act when you brought Rachel?
It wasn't a first date, though.
Yeah, but how did you act that night?
Oh, I was dialed in because we already knew each other at that point, though, and she knows that hey, I got.
We're gonna have to get Rachel.
I gotta lock this in.
Get Rachel on line one.
She's locked into the game too. Last night we were at the game, and she's like, well, "This is stressing me out right now." I go, "Imagine watching every game."
Get her on line one. We need to hear her side of this.
Marsh's girlfriend,
she takes
Rachel,
notes.
she's very sweet. She's very sweet.
She's very
huge Eagles fan.
Yes.
Huge Eagles fan.
Even last night, she's like, I feel like the last time we were here, they couldn't make a pass. And I go, hey, it just, there is another team out there. She's like, I know, but they can't pass the puck. And I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do about it. Like,
Does she ever look at you and just say, like, if you don't have answers, then why don't you just shut your mouth and I'll just watch this game?
No, Anthony, she's not.
That doesn't seem like
not
Rachel.
mean.
Yeah.
She's not mean, but
she's very sweet.
At some point, might just have
No,
enough.
she was giving Anthony crap, though, a couple Sundays ago.
And I don't know why.
Because you were giving her crap.
No, I wasn't.
You're talking crap on the Eagles.
You're probably talking about the Eagles.
You don't remember.
Yeah, you probably. you.
Anthony, you thought I was there with you, and I wasn't.
Anthony, I gotta tell you, yeah, you.
What, Carey?
Anthony, you were like Jamie in a Georgia Tech football game.
You might gotta remember.
What did I say?
No, I'm just saying you were heavy against the Eagles.
Yeah,
it was no doubt about it. And anybody that stood next to you, came in your vicinity, knew that you did not want the Eagles to win.
I don't like the Eagles at all.
It was evident. It was obvious.
Yeah,
it was clear.
Okay,
like there was no
clear camp.
Yep, just like that. Clear camp Cougars.
Poor Rachel too.
I didn't say anything.
She was just trying to like appease you, and you just kept going. You were that.
No, I didn't. I remember talking to Marsh.
Yeah,
he could tell you.
What did you tell him?
During the first game.
Yeah, but you thought he was still talking to him at the second game.
Marsh wasn't even there for the second game.
I'm calling a timeout on this. All right. I remember saying, "Congratulations, your Eagles." I know I did. I said, "Congratulations, your Eagles."
Yeah, then you walked to the bathroom like, I hate the Eagles.
For sure.
I'm going to turn to Marsh and said it loud enough so she could hear, like, they're going to get trampled in the Super Bowl. But
there you go.
I was talking to him.
Oh, no, he's so sweet.
I think.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I met his buddies. I met Marsh's buddies
They're not
that
his
night.
buddies. They were people at the restaurant.
Crap.
No, Anthony, I'll defend you. I did have some buddies there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they were actually pumping you up. You go, who is this guy? And you gave him a high five.
Yeah. Is he, I don't know, him and I? What's his name?
My buddy?
Yeah.
My buddy Mark.
Mark and I, good buddies now.
Him and I.
Mark and I were just,
yeah.
Two guys watching the game.
Watching some games.
That's what sports does. You just brings people together.
Sure does.
I was talking to Mark and I saw
Anthony
Andrew.
disagrees with you, then it tears you apart.
Oh, man. Don't disagree. I know firsthand. Rest in peace to the gridiron guys.
Well, hey, that shows
well, that's not why we stopped.
Come on, that show's legendary.
You and I can't get our crap together and get in here on time.
It's a legendary show.
Yeah.
Legends.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's we'll do our bet the board picks. Jamie's on a roll. Like this month's already over.
Stop.
Jamie's got it locked. Jamie's got it on lockdown, man.
7 days in.
We're all just fighting for second, man. Jamie's got it. He's already won.
I figured out something.
Bet the board is next on 101 ESPN. All right, Jamie's absolutely destroying us right now. This thing is essentially over. Essentially over for Bet the Board in the month of February. But, I think Marsh, Carey, myself, we're all competitive. So I think we'll just keep playing, Jamie, if that's okay with you.
Yes,
even though you have this thing on lockdown.
Thank you.
Allowing us to
No, you're
stay in the game.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah. So, Marsh, what is the standings, the official standings?
So Jamie has 4 points. I have 3 points, and you and Carey have 2.
Oh, that's out of reach.
I mean, it's
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you
far.
admitting that, Jamie.
Yeah, he's honest. He's an honest guy. Look at him.
Thank you, Carey.
He's a good guy.
Thank you. Was it my turn?
I mean,
Yes, you're in first place.
Well, Marshy's not dialed in over there. He's all dialed in for a fake hockey game, but he's not dialed in for this.
Well,
A fake hockey game?
what? He loves his team.
All right, I'm going back to the well here. Power play points.
I'm sick of it already.
Yep,
Yeah,
me
me
too.
too.
You and your 1.5 RBI, all that crap.
I'm sick
Okay,
of
buddy?
it.
You
I'm
get it
sick
right
of it.
back. In your face, too.
I know, you keep it.
Connor McDavid.
What is he ever done?
0.5 points on the power play.
This is a loophole. This is a loophole. This is not right.
I'm going to take
I
the
know
over.
what he's doing.
What is he doing?
He's going back to the well. There's a website where he likes to find loopholes. He did it in the baseball season. Now he's doing it
He
now.
did it with Nolan Gorman.
Yep, exactly.
I'll take the over.
Same website.
0.5
Power play
hits.
points. Yes, it was 0.5.
And just kept going back to it. He found his thing.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
Once you find
I
it,
don't
Carey, it's
disagree.
great.
I don't disagree. It took me a while. I figured
it
it
takes
out.
everybody a little while.
Been a while.
So, yeah, the 0.5 power play points will go with the over. That's plus 130. Connor McDavid. McJesus.
Yep.
Yeah.
Marshy.
So earlier I said that I think Kareem Hunt will have a big game, so I'm taking a Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown.
Wow.
And
Oh, wow.
Oh, boy.
Kareem Hunt, 40-plus rushing yards. A Jalen Hurts anytime touchdown.
Going for the neck.
early.
The longest touchdown to be over 35.5 yards. Total rushing touchdowns over 2.5.
Boy.
And the Eagles to be the last team to score.
You got the Eagles winning? Didn't say that, huh?
No money line play in this one.
Wow. Feel good about that there, Marshy?
Actually, you know what? I will throw a money line. I'm going to throw my money line play in this game. I will not say it right now, though.
I mean, you got to say it.
But you kind of have to.
You got to tell us.
No spoilers.
Okay.
We'll circle back.
Okay.
Well, how do we know if you won?
Well, I'll
he's-
take a
he's-
picture and send it to you guys.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll say it later in the
he's
show.
He's saving his pick.
Oh, you'll save it
Because
later.
we have our predictions a little bit later.
Okay.
I'm not going to hide the fact
That you
that
think the Chiefs are the best team ever.
I'm a Chiefs fan in the months of January and February, and I'm not going to tease anything. I'm not going to deep tease anything. Chiefs money line this weekend against the Philadelphia Eagles.
Okay.
So I have a 7-legger here. 7 legs.
Okay.
You only have 2, I thought.
What?
Give me Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, 41.5 points, rebounds, and assists.
Oh, there it is. That's Carey's little.
He scored 50 the other night. He scored 50 like 3 times in the last 5 games.
He's done well.
He has. He's your front runner for MVP. This is clear and cut.
Okay, so last night, what did you fall short on?
Djokovic,
Yeah.
50.5.
Okay.
He had 50 total. He had 32 points, 12 rebounds.
Right,
38,
whatever the breakdown
whatever
was, 50.
It was 50. Ask me how many minutes he played in the fourth quarter.
2.
0. I don't think he played a minute.
And all you needed was one
rebound.
something. Yeah. One assist.
Free throw.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's on the Orlando Magic for not showing up. Yeah, beat the hell out of him by 30, 40 points. Are you up by 30 or 40 points at one point?
So when I texted the group and said, I'm so sorry, Carey, you thought I was talking about
you were
that?
talking about Djokovic.
No,
Yeah.
talking about
I had
Josh
no clue.
Allen winning the MVP.
No, I wasn't paying attention to that.
All right. So, Marsh, do we still need a Gauntlet contestant?
We should. So why don't you text into the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646, if you want to play the Gauntlet.
Well, Marsh just did. And we'll have the Gauntlet next on 101 ESPN. Missouri sports fans, got some great news for you. Underdog Fantasy is available to play in our state. So you can go to Underdog Fantasy either on the website or download the app, and then you can pick higher or lower on certain players' stats for the big game this weekend. You can build your picks up, and then you can win a bunch of money. With their Champions game, you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on players' stats. We're talking about yards, touchdowns, interceptions. I've given a couple of picks out throughout the course of the week here. I like, Patrick Mahomes to go higher than his fantasy points, but let's build a different one. Let's build a different champions picks. How about Devonta Smith higher than 50.5 receiving yards on Sunday? Kareem Hunt higher than 42.5 rushing yards, and Saquon Barkley higher than 24.5 for his longest rush. Those are my picks. You want to fade them, you want to build your own, fantastic. Do it at Underdog. It's the best place to play champions. Sign up, deposit now with my promo code, which is Anthony, to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. And if you're in Missouri, you'll get an additional $50 in bonus cash when you play your first $5 entry. Again, that promo code is Anthony. Must be 18 or older and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. $10 deposit minimum. See UnderdogFantasy.com for terms and conditions. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
warriors. 4 categories, 1 challenger. Can you survive the gauntlet?
Brought to you by Blue Note Roofing. Roofing, siding, and gutters. Visit BlueNoteRoofingSTL.com for a free inspection.
With Carey Davis and Jamie Rivers and Andrew Marsh, I'm Anthony Stalter. 404, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Time for the gauntlet, and we welcome in Hal. What's up, Hal?
Hey, how are you doing? I'm doing well.
Doing great, man. Thanks for listening. Thanks for playing today. Would you like to take on Marsh, Carey, Jamie, or me in your first round matchup?
Let's do Marsh.
Hey. Going after Andrew Marsh. Now, is this because you don't know whether or not you're a good guy?
Yeah, no, I've always had questions about my ethics.
Okay, sure. Well, hey, let's
find out.
Let's clear things up right now. Go ahead and tell Marsh to spin that wheel.
All right, Marsh, spin that wheel.
Good luck, Hal.
All right, so what? No good luck back to Marsh. So we're off to a rough start. Marsh should be
might be bordering on scumbag.
Yep, Marsh might be in trouble here today. All right, so the wheel is done spinning. Carey, you can see that. I cannot.
It is as random as can be.
Random.
Yeah.
Completely random.
Love it.
Yeah.
All right, so Hal, I was going to ask you, what do you want? Are you hoping random?
Yeah, random's a solid one for me.
Okay, all right. So Carey's getting out the launch codes right now. I'll remind you.
Well, they normally they are
difficult for Carey.
I normally don't have to do this. I don't know what I'm doing.
It's beneath you? Is that what you're saying?
Wow. Learning a lot about Carey here.
Shot, right?
I didn't say that.
Anyways, you're going to get 4 questions, Hal, all random, all worth 2 points, unless you ask for the options. If you ask for the options, those questions are worth 1 point. Are you ready?
Yep, let's do it.
All right, Hal. Question 1. Who was Russia's last czar? Who was Russia's last czar?
It's common
I
knowledge.
believe that was Tsar Alexander.
Final answer?
Yeah.
All right, question 2. Can you tell us the newspaper that Amazon founder Jeff Bezos purchased for $250 million in 2013?
The Washington Post.
Final answer?
Yep.
All right.
Question number 3. Name the 4th overall pick in the 1996 NBA draft who played in 2 All-Star games and won 3 Chinese Basketball Association titles.
Stephon Marbury.
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right, Hal. Final question. According to the National Deer Association, this state is ranked number 1 for harvesting the highest percentage of mature bucks.
Deer, like the things that my car hit?
Yes, sir.
Wow. Boy, oh.
Let's hope that everybody's okay.
Yeah.
Or, you see in your backyard sometimes, depending on where you live.
Yeah. I'll have to take the options on that one.
Mississippi, Oklahoma, or Louisiana?
Let's do Mississippi.
Okay. All right. Let's bring back Marsh. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty solid. I think 2 and 3, I'm pretty positive I got. 1 and 4, I'm not so sure.
Okay. Well, Marsh is back from the cone of silence right now. He's got what I would describe as his O.J. Simpson cap on.
Why O.J.?
My O.J. Simpson cap.
What
about my Jamie Rivers Kiel Center 1995 Blues sweater?
I do like that.
That is good. What? O.J., really?
Yeah,
he wasn't wearing a hat that day.
Well, he lost it. He left it at the scene.
No, that was a glove.
I don't think he was wearing
And
those
the glove. One glove was at Rockingham. The other was at Bundy, but he definitely left a cap like that.
He was
there.
acquitted. So we don't know that it was him.
I mean, he's right till his death, he was looking for the killer.
Yeah, I don't think so. Anyways, Marsh, good to see you, pal.
Oh, thanks.
How was the cone of silence?
That was great.
We were good.
Just chatting. I was chatting with Mike Ryder.
Hey, Mike Ryder.
He's having an easy day today. So.
Oh, it's nice to see him at work.
An easy
works
day.
every day.
That doesn't exist for our guy, Mike Ryder.
No.
Yeah. All righty. Marsh,
Yes.
your category today
He had the volume down in there.
is random.
Oh, that's
Hey.
not good.
Marsh,
Yeah.
tell him, Jamie.
Oh, you better pack a lunch, buddy.
Oh,
One of
boy.
those big lunch boxes.
Oh, no.
All right, here we go. Marsh, question 1.
Okay.
Who was Russia's last czar? Who was Russia's last czar?
I have no idea. Options.
Nicholas II, Peter II, or Ivan the Terrible?
Last czar.
Yes.
So we have Nicholas, Peter, and then Ivan the Terrible.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go with Ivan the Terrible. Final
Ivan
answer.
the Terrible. All right, next question, Marshy. Can you tell us the newspaper that Amazon founder Jeff Bezos purchased for $250 million in 2013?
Let's use the options. I have one in mind, but let's take the options.
Okay. Was it the Wall Street Journal, the Washington Post, or the New York Times?
I'm going to go with the Washington Post. Final answer.
Question number 3. Name the fourth overall pick in the 1996 NBA draft who played in 2 All-Star games and won 3 Chinese Basketball Association titles.
Say that one more time.
Name the fourth overall pick in the 1996 NBA draft who played in 2 All-Star games and won 3 Chinese Basketball Association titles.
I have a name in mind, but let's just use the options.
Stephon Marbury, Tracy McGrady, Antoine Walker.
I'm going to go with... So I had in my head Tracy McGrady, but you said Stephon Marbury, and I think he did play in China, but I got to stick with the name that came to my mind first. Tracy McGrady. Final answer.
Last question, Marsh. According to the National Deer Association, this state is ranked number 1 for harvesting the highest percentage of mature bucks.
Mature bucks.
Yeah, like Giannis.
Well, now I'm wondering if it is Wisconsin because they're named the Bucks. You know, typically sports organizations will name teams after something synonymous with the city and or state.
Like the Jazz.
Like the Jazz
Like
or
the Blues.
The Blues. You know, the Falcons. There's a ton of Falcons in Atlanta.
St. Louis Cardinals.
Yeah.
Cardinals.
Steelers?
Steelworkers.
Yep.
Let's use the options.
Lions. Detroit. A lot of lions in Detroit.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Mississippi. People have them as pets. Mississippi, Oklahoma, Louisiana.
Not on my radar.
So not Wisconsin like you were thinking.
So we have Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Louisiana. I have no idea, but I'm going to say because the Super Bowl is being played in New Orleans, perhaps maybe one of these random questions had Louisiana on there just to connect some dots. I'll go with Louisiana. Final answer.
Okay. Let's go over these today. Hal, who wanted to, and I quote, who's questioned his ethics, his morals, wanted to see if he was a good guy or not. Well, let's find out. Because as we know, Marshall only defeats good guys. Question 1. Who was Russia's last czar? Hal, without the options, you said, I believe it was Tsar Alexander. Not an option. Marsh, you said Ivan the Terrible. Correct answer is
Nicholas II.
So we get a 0-0 tie.
Forgot
It
about
actually
that.
should have been Nikolai.
Nikolai Havibulin. Can you tell us the newspaper that Amazon founder Jeff Bezos purchased for $250 million in 2013? Marsh, you said the Washington Post. Hal, you also said the Washington Post. Correct answer is
The Washington Post.
Oh, no! Hal did not need the options on that one. He's got a 2-1 lead. Name the fourth overall pick in the 1996 NBA draft who played in 2 All-Star games and won 3 Chinese Basketball Association titles. Hal, you said Stephon Marbury. Marsh, you said Tracy McGrady. I had him first, but now she said Stephon Marbury. I got to stick with my gut. I got to go the route that Jamie often says is just got to stick with your gut. Give me Tracy McGrady. Correct answer is
Stephon Marbury.
Yeah, Stephon Marbury.
Damn it.
Starberry.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hal did not need the options on that.
Oh, shallow Hal.
According to the National Deer Association, this state is ranked number 1 for harvesting the highest percentage of mature bucks. Marsh, you said Louisiana. Hal, you said Mississippi. Correct answer is
Mississippi.
Hal.
You have chosen wisely.
Well, Hal, you undeniable piece of crap. Nice job. 5-1. 5-1 you got, Marsh. So you must be a really bad dude. But hey,
I'm horrible.
Yeah. But you know what you're good at? The Gauntlet. Random trivia in the Gauntlet.
Wow.
So, man, one of us has a challenge coming up on Monday with you. So, congratulations. Nice work. You can celebrate all weekend.
Go Eagles.
There you go. Might not be that bad of a guy. Hal?
No, I think he was right the first time.
Is an Eagles fan? What?
Hal, thanks for listening.
Good
Thanks
job,
for
Hal.
playing. We'll talk to you on Monday.
All right, thanks, guys.
See ya. Marsh?
Man, I got smoked.
Marsh, I'll tell you what. Webster's Dictionary couldn't win today against this guy.
He was good.
He was locked in.
He was locked in.
You know, you sometimes like, taking his sweet ass thing. Nah. He's like Washington Post.
Man, it's like
Even the one he got wrong, he's like Czar Alexander. Like, this guy knows his stuff.
Man, he was up, 4-0 in the first period.
He was up 4-0 through the third period, the third quarter, I should say. There would be no overtime today.
No.
Yeah. All right, Marsh. Well, you got a date with the penalty box.
Yeah, I think
buddy.
maybe Mike Ryder can come in and help us out.
Absolutely.
Maybe.
Thanks, Ryder.
He will. He'd love to. He'd absolutely love to. Okay, we asked for your mic drops about what core piece would you trade. I think one of you delivered. So we'll play that one mic drop, and then we'll yell at you. That's next on 101 ESPN. Arch Madness is returning to St. Louis March 6th through the 9th. We got the Missouri Valley Tournament, the conference tournament. It's a fun time every year. One of the events that I really look forward to going each and every year in St. Louis. They've got a slew of different sessions, starting with that Thursday, March 6th matchup in the afternoon, all the way through the Sunday, March 9th championship game for Arch Madness. And if you want to attend, there's no better way to do it, especially if you've got a family that you want to take, then to go with the Family Fun Pack. They got the Family Fun Pack ticket offer: 4 single session tickets, 4 large sodas, and 4 regular popcorns. So you can go down and maybe you watch, maybe you went to Drake and you want to see Drake, or maybe, Missouri State. Missouri State's having a bit of a rough year this year, but you never know with the conference, right? The conference tournament. So if you want to head down to Enterprise Center, March 6th through the 9th, take advantage of the Family Fun Pack. Again, for $104, 4 single session tickets, 4 large sodas, 4 regular popcorns, and then you can enjoy the Arch Madness tournament. Again, March 6th through the 9th. Fastlane on 101 ESPN. Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. So we asked for your mic drops on which core piece for the Blues that you would be willing to trade and why. We asked for your mic drops, and 2 of you delivered. 2 of you cared enough to leave us a Scully Heating Company mic drop via the Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers 101 ESPN mobile app. And 1 of you who cared was a bacon-wrapped wiener, otherwise known as Ed. So here's who Ed would trade.
Guys, I think we're at a point in this retool to where, I know you don't want to say it, but Schenn's probably like one of the only people, because we're trying to stay at a certain age, right? And yes, Schenn has all the tools. He's our captain. He's our leader, but he's 33. So he's on the older side, and we're at a point where, well, we got to, not that we're shedding good players, because, I mean, we are doing that, but it's like we got to, quote-unquote, build for the future. As in the next 5 years, not very many players play till almost 40. And, I mean, Schenn's had a, quote-unquote, down year for him, even though he's still playing good. I mean, we don't really have a choice, because you want to build around these other younger guys. Yeah, you want to get off their contracts, I guess. But, I mean, he's the maturity that's going to go to another team and make an immediate impact just because of his age, because he's a captain, because of his career. You're not going to get that with some of these younger guys we have on the big contracts because they're not doing it here. And you need those guys for the future. So you're kind of running out of ammunition here. Schenn's probably your best piece, and pair him back up with Chief, man. Hopefully they can be like the Chiefs and win a championship.
See what you did there.
Nice job, bacon-wrapped wiener. By the way, was he open up a beer? Did you guys hear that?
I don't know.
It's just me?
Maybe a folding chair? I don't know. It sounded like it was...
Man, it sounded like the cap hit the
on time?
Counter.
Nah, maybe.
Either way, yeah. All right, so, Jamie, what do you think about the overall notion of, like, that's really the guy that is most likely... Or I don't even say most likely. The one guy that might be the most movable right now. Because Pavel Buchnevich has got a contract, a long contract. Robert Thomas is a long contract. Jordan Kyrie's a long contract. Even if you didn't want to give up any of those guys, we're just having the conversation about, who's the most movable right now. Mm-hmm. Is it Schenn from the core pieces?
As far as the most movable, I mean, maybe. But if we're talking core pieces and teams are looking to add something to their team, why would they not be looking at Robert Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
Like if I'm any other team in the league right now, I'm looking at players that are under contract, because if you look, the salary cap's going up next year, and it's going up again the following year.
Yeah.
So if you can find an $8 million player, sounds crazy, that might be on the low end of some of the deals that are going to hit the market as far as unrestricted free agency is concerned in the next 2 off seasons. So I would look at Carey, I'd look at Thomas. If I was an outside team right now looking to shake things up or make a run for it, those are the 2 players that I would be looking at the most.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to get a Colton Parayko.
Right.
But I don't think that's going to be possible.
Mm-hmm.
I think right now, the defense core is kind of set unless somebody wanted to add, Suter at the deadline as a veteran guy who can play in any situation. But I think the forward group is what teams will target.
Yeah.
And I think it'll be Thomas, Kyrou, and then Schenn. Teams will probably call on Holloway. Like, teams will call.
Yeah.
Because you never know. You get Army on a crazy day, and you might make things happen.
You got to on the fast lane off then.
No way.
Yep.
I agree.
No, thank you.
All right, so Andrew Marsh had to step out of the penalty box, which I believe is a violation, but he had to anyways because Mike Ryder didn't want to come in here. Doesn't like us, period.
Yeah, is that what it was?
Yep. So this is Andrew playing Andrew's mic drop.
Hey, boys. Jamie's right. There's no way I'd be trading Brayden Schenn. He's your captain. He's your leader. He brings it every night on the ice. He brings it in the locker room. Seems like he's the guy organizing everything. I don't think that's possible. This team would dive. If you had to pick a guy out of the core that you would ideally trade, I think it's Justin Falk. But I'm not sure what you're getting back or if he has much value right now. If you want to move one of the other guys, it's got to be a good return. The outside idea that I have is trading either Jordan Carey or Pavel Buchnevich, and you'd have to throw some on top, I think, for Tage Thompson and his contract at just $7.1 million a year. I think you just tell him, hey, we had a chance to go get Ryan O'Reilly and win a cup, and you're the guy they wanted, and we had to do what you had to do. You're going to be our next Brayden Schenn, and we're going to bring you here and win a cup. Come on back.
So that was Andrew's take, which kind of goes hand in hand, and he led into that with what you said earlier, and not dealing Brayden Schenn. Yep. All right, so we only got 2 mic drops. We asked for your mic drops. You only delivered 2 of them, which is an indication to us that you don't care. So, look, it's a strong message. It's a strong message to say, look, flat out, I don't care about your topic, your show, or the Blues. So,
Grant Francis fan club said he left the voicemail via the text line.
Oh, we do have that vehicle too.
Yeah. Said he left it on the text line.
Sucks that I'm over here.
Leaving it in the voicemail. Well, Marshy, if you don't like it, play better.
Step out? Can I go to the dressing room?
Can we?
It's the end of the period.
I don't care.
If you don't like it, play better.
No, he can't step out of the penalty box. It's a penalty.
It is.
It's a punishment.
Well, let him out now, and he can sit an extra segment there.
No, I can't do that to Marsh.
Okay.
Nope.
That's tough.
Are we overlooking the idea of bringing in Tage Thompson?
Yeah.
We just gonna overlook that?
Yeah, that is not happening.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why Jamie kind of gave the look of like,
no. One, the Buffalo Sabres aren't trading Tage Thompson for Jordan Carey. Like, why would you do that? Tage Thompson's the better player.
Jamie, what's your thoughts on just completely, dismantling this puppy, starting over with a new core? You know, trade Robert Thomas, trade Pavel Buchnevich.
Yeah,
you push forward with a new core of Dylan Holloway, Philip Broberg, Jordan Kyrou. You know, Brayden Schenn stays as your leader, but partnering with those 2 guys. Dylan Holloway, Philip Broberg, Colton Parayko,
you go
Jordan
and
Kyrou.
Sign Mikko Rantanen.
Bingo.
Maybe
free up
he's
some of this
playing
cap
well
space.
right now, away from Nathan McKinnon. Boy, he looks great, doesn't he?
Okay, well, that was just one idea.
I'm just throwing it out there, all right? You want to crap all over me?
Yeah.
A little crapola sandwich here?
I'm crap on you.
I
don't know if you're into that, you know?
No.
Just crapping all over me.
I mean, teach their own, but, you know.
Like movie 43 or whatever.
At one point, you rattled the cage a little bit.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead, Anthony. Go ahead, Carey.
I'm Carey.
I know. I was looking at him.
He actually was looking at me.
Okay.
It's very difficult to tell you 2 apart.
We're twins.
Yes.
People tell us all the time. For me, I don't think we're at the point where you're just blowing it up, right? Maybe if you can get a star, that caliber player, and you have to part with one of your guys. Now, the thought of trading away Schenn or Thomas, you put yourself in the same position that you're already in. You've been talking about not having a second-line center, a third-line center all year, so you're going to start trading away centers like that. We tried to put Buchnevich there, Holloway's play. Like,
I'm not trying to trade away centers. I'm trying to trade away the right center.
Well, it doesn't. You're going to get one back. You're still going to be one short.
Carey, I'm trying to build a winner here.
Well,
what you're trying to do is keep us in, 5th place.
Jamie, you tell me defense, like it's up the middle, right? Everything that needs to happen is right up the middle. You got to play a 200-foot game. Like, you're going to trade away a guy that does a really good job at that for a guy that is going to be on the wing. You got enough wingers, Anthony. You're like the damn Cardinals freaking signing Hellman, and you got 15 infielders that can play outfield already.
Bring Hellman into this. The kid's going to be great for the Cardinals.
It's a good pickup.
You know what?
300.
You know what? Why didn't the Eagles just stick with the running backs that they had?
Because
they had running backs. Hell, they had 3 running backs.
No, they didn't have Saquon Barkley.
Exactly.
Okay, so who are you trading away and bringing back?
I'm trading away Booch and Robert Thomas, and we'll get something I need.
What do you need? What are you getting for that?
Other players.
You get a different center, a different winger.
Bingo. Who are you getting?
I don't know who's available right now.
Everybody. Okay? Everybody's on the table.
All right, then instead of Booch, I bring in Panarin. You happy now?
Yep, I'm good with it.
I got the Blues better today. You didn't.
Get it done. You get it done.
Anthony, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter because no one cares.
That's a great point.
They didn't text in. They didn't call in or nothing.
All right. Hot take or hot garbage is next. So if you want to spew some hot takes or some hot garbage at us, go for it. 314-399-9646. That's the Air Comfort Service text line. Again, hot take or hot garbage next.
Hey, it's Carey Davis, and you all have heard me talk about Blue Chew, and you've heard the saying, chew it or do it. Well, fellas, Valentine's Day is on its way. Now, you can get flowers, and you can get chocolate. Maybe she enjoys it, but she will definitely enjoy the Blue Chew. Get it today. It will be there. Order it now. It's a great offer. How about free? Go to BlueChew.com, consult with a licensed medical provider, get your first month free, and you'll be ready to chew it and do it. And fellas, it's easy as can be. It took me about 3 minutes to sign up for it and get it shipped. It should be here shortly, so get yours as soon as possible. Again, before Valentine's Day, you definitely want to do it. Blue Chew is an online prescription service. No visits to the doctor's office, no awkward conversations, no waiting in line at the pharmacy, and it ships right to your door in a discreet package. And as I said, you can get it as soon as possible. Blue Chew's licensed medical providers will work with you to find the right ingredient and strength for your prescription. Your partner wants you to take it, do whatever it needs to be done to make your sex life better. BlueChew.com will get it done. BlueChew.com, chew it and do it.
.101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. The Blues fall to the Florida Panthers last night by a final score of 3-2. They'll take on the Chicago Blackhawks tomorrow, and you can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. Of course, we'll have coverage of Super Bowl 59 right here on 101 ESPN. On Sunday, pregame starts at 1 o'clock. Kickoff will be at 5:30. If you missed anything from today's show, Make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. We have Hot Take or Hot Garbage coming up next, so if you have a hot take you want to send our way, do so using the Air Comfort Service text line, 314-399-9646. Hot Take or Hot Garbage coming up next. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is driven by Johnny Londoff Chevrolet and Johnny Londoff Autoplex. See them at londoff.com. Chevy, together we drive. Are you kidding me?
Boom! Hot take! All right, before we get to hot take or hot garbage, Carey, you're reading off some text messages to me, and one person had said, had some. We don't have to read the first one because
you don't want to read the first one.
No, because he didn't come back and apologize.
He
which is
says,
cool.
he or she says, "I'm sorry, Anthony. That was mean." But Kyrou over Thomas.
Yeah, it's all good. No problem.
Sometimes I've learned it's not what you say; it's how you say it.
Absolutely.
And if you have the wrong tone, whether that's through text or in conversation or whatever, in person. It's how you say things that make people respond and react.
Right.
Jamie, pay attention. Because sometimes, exactly. When you say things in a different way, you get a different response.
So first of all, to that texter, awfully big of you.
Yeah.
No big deal. Difference of opinion. I stand by what I said, though. I would trade Thomas over Kyrou this season, based on what I know. So.
Interesting. All right,
but again, difference of opinion. All good. No big deal.
Mm-hmm. Hockey guy.
No.
Hockey god.
Oh, that's right. That's Carey's the hockey guy.
Yeah, you're the hockey guy. I'm the hockey god when it comes to the Gauntlet. But no, I just, sometimes I stumble on things. So.
All right, we ready for hot take or hot garbage?
Especially when I'm drunk.
From the 314, Jamie's Detroit Lions will take a big step back next year after losing a huge percentage of their coaching staff. And my Chicago Bears and Marshy's Vikings will be battling for the top spot.
Well, it just turned into hot garbage.
Yeah, you could have cut it off at the Lions. I'd have said hot take.
I was like, it would have been tougher to answer, but then when you kept going, it turned into hot garbage quickly.
Yeah. Vikings, who's their quarterback?
J.J. McCarthy.
Can I throw something out there?
Sure.
One, national champion. Two, here's a hot take.
Blake Corum.
I might be having, let's just say, I'm not saying all my visions have been correct, especially the one that happened in London with the Cardinals and Adam Wainwright.
Oh, boy.
But the one on opening day hit. I'm having a vision here that the Vikings perhaps sign Cooper Kupp in the offseason because Jordan Addison could be suspended. And all of a sudden they make a trade with the Los Angeles Rams and J.J. McCarthy becomes the next Rams quarterback and Matthew Stafford is the next quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings reuniting with Kevin O'Connell.
How the hell would the Vikings do that?
You just got, look.
You got older.
You got better. You got better, but you got older.
He got better for, 2 more years?
If you want to get older, pal, we've got somebody for you who's also familiar with Kevin O'Connell. Yeah. No, so I guess we got to go with hot garbage on that one.
Hot garbage.
Yeah. I could see the Lions taking a step back, but you know what? Dan Campbell, he found Ben Johnson when people didn't know who the hell Ben Johnson was, and he stuck with Aaron Glenn. Aaron Glenn both guys turned out to be great head coaches. If you're going to be the CEO type, like Dan Campbell is, you better know who to hire the right guys. And I think he does. So,
hot take or hot garbage from the 801. The Blues are actually a good team, but just had some bad breaks.
Like when? Like last night or overall?
What? Overall.
Oh. Yeah. Your thoughts, Anthony?
Oh, wow.
I think your record kind of tells you where you are. So, I think that they are an average to slightly below average team right now, and that's how they're playing.
So playing, never mind. No, I don't have to do that.
Go ahead.
Nah, I'm just thinking, playing a team to an overtime loss that was in the Stanley Cup final, and then playing a team to a loss with 12 seconds left that was also in the Stanley Cup final. That doesn't make you one of the best teams in the league?
No.
Okay.
Who said that?
I just wonder.
Yeah. I know where you're going.
I'm just asking. People say things.
I'm not giving oxygen to his
body
flame.
of work.
We're talking about the last game.
Are we talking about paid professionals?
We're talking about the last game. Last two games for the Blues.
Talking about kids.
We're talking kids. They're paid professionals too. Hell, you talking about they're getting paid. A lot of them getting paid good money. Got the, what is it? Every true Tiger. Getting them paid.
Splashback Deuce said, same for your Sharks, right? Anthony talking about the Blues and not getting enough breaks. Same for the Sharks. I'm here to announce, guys, I am no longer a Sharks fan.
Nope. Doesn't work that way.
The way that they did me wrong last night by not giving up a whole bunch of goals, the Canucks, when I've got the over and the bet the board.
Did they win?
No, they didn't. So I'm no longer a Sharks fan. I'm calling it right here. That's it. That'll do it for me. February 7th. Mark it. Everybody write that down. Here. I'll do it now because Jamie's not even paying attention. He's having sleep over there. He's already in Mexico.
Around 4 o'clock.
We lost
Listen,
him.
At 3:30, I think he checked out.
I even traded 2 Blues hoping we'd get something from it. He's just like, nah, go for it. Trade whoever it was.
I'm not going to lie. Last night.
He's in Mexico.
Last night was a tough night. It was.
Jamie already has a Speedo on.
No, it wasn't tough like that. I was tired after the game, got home, had a long night fighting diabetes with my daughter.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
So I ended up, I was sleeping on her couch at one point in her bedroom in the basement. So if I'm checked out, I apologize.
No,
I'll ramp it back up.
As a whole, we're sorry.
Yeah.
Anthony.
Yeah, I'll take that one.
Bet you will.
Lincoln had an asthma attack, so we were up.
Oh,
there you go.
gosh.
It was rough, man.
It's fun times, isn't
Didn't
it?
stop coughing, then he coughs so much he throws up. Yeah, that was rough. Yeah. So I'm sorry to hear that, Jamie.
Yeah.
We should have texted as we're both up.
All night long.
It was brutal. Chris and I were like, wow, how many hours of sleep? About 14 minutes? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Jamie.
All right.
But you know what? We still believe in you.
Got a man up here.
And you're going to Mexico in an hour and 15 minutes.
Cannot wait.
So anyways, I'm not a Sharks fan anymore. I'm declaring it.
Good one.
From the 636, hot take or hot garbage, Jordan Kyrou has handled adversity better than Robert Thomas.
I would say
yes. That's a hot take.
Yeah, I would say hot take at this point right now.
I think we've seen very good maturity out of Jordan Kyrou. I mean, this is somebody that a year ago was being booed on the home ice and all that, and I mean, that was rough. From what I've seen, I mean, Jamie, you're closer to the team. From what I've seen, I think Jordan Kyrou's had a really good season this year. He might not be what everybody wants him to be, what they want him to be, but I think for what they're getting, without Jordan Kyrou, where are you offensively?
That's what I was going to say.
I know I got 2 points in Light the Lamp because all my other points came from Kyrou. So where would the Blues be without him?
He's the Blues' top scorer, guys. He leads the team in goals and in points. So, yeah, where would you be without him? Exactly. You can piss and moan all you want about Jordan Kyrou. And look, last year he wasn't as well-rounded as he is this year. But this season, especially under Coach Jim Montgomery, his game is rounded out. Very seldom do you leave the building going, man, that Kyrou. Yeah.
Yeah.
He still has his hiccups. I mean, every player does.
Sure.
But you're watching him out there. He's pretty good defensively. He's even getting physical at times. He's finishing a couple of hits, which wasn't really in his repertoire before. And he's leading the team in scoring.
Yeah.
I'm just fine with Jordan Kyrou.
From the 618, hot take or hot garbage. The Pittsburgh Pirates will finish first in the National League Central, with the Cardinals finishing last. Here is the reasoning. The Pirates pitching staff is set up for massive success in the regular season. The Reds have had a great offseason, coming only second to the Dodgers. The Brewers are the reigning champs, and the Cubs brought in Tucker. What did the Cardinals do? Nothing. What the hell, man?
That's hot garbage. They did something, didn't they, fellas?
Yeah, they got a helmet.
Yeah, there you go. Done and done.
Mm-hmm.
Making moves.
I don't think the Cardinals are going to be bad enough to finish dead last, and I know that the Pirates aren't going to be good enough to finish first.
No.
You know, like you look at the offense, and there's some guy, like they just signed Tommy Pham, so he'll probably be their leadoff hitter. Then you got Brian Reynolds, O'Neal Cruz, great. The never aging Andrew McCutchen, but Joey Bart fifth. They got Spencer Horowitz, who was, he had some decent months with Toronto last year. I don't know. I don't hate the Pirates overall. You talk about the pitching staff, and you let off with Skeens and Keller and Jared Jones. Man, you got a solid 1, 2, 3. Certainly better what the Cardinals have, but I can't get there to say that the Pirates are going to be first. All right, appreciate the text. Into the Air Comfort Service text line. Let's do our Super Bowl 59 props. What props do we like? We'll have fun too. Like what color the Gatorade's going to be.
I saw
But the Eagles.
I saw one purple was on. I'm like, purple?
Yeah.
Who the hell has purple Gatorade?
There's like purple-themed Super Bowl. Is it? Well, it's in New Orleans. Like,
Why is it got to be purple?
Is it for
Could be green.
Carey?
It could be green.
The Ravens? Ravens didn't make it this year.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, Super Bowl props next on 101 ESPN.
Come and see why T.R. Hughes is St. Charles and now Warren County's premier home.
If you're looking to accessorize your vehicle, head over to Pure Performance. They are your one-stop shop for all aftermarket modifications. And look, we think winter's over, but what if the snow comes back? And the spring always has lots of rain and water. You better hope that your tires are in good shape. So please get outside, check your tires on your vehicle. If you don't know what you're looking for, bring your vehicle by Pure Performance. Their 25,000 square foot facility is located right off of Highway 70 in St. Peters. And they'll walk out there, take a look, tell you what's going on, because they have all tires and wheels for any vehicle that's out on the road right now, not just oversized tires or off-road vehicle tires as well. And if you have a Jeep, a Bronco, SUV, pickup truck, any vehicle for that matter, even a minivan, the accessories over at Pure Performance are unbelievable. When you drive over there, ask for Shelby or Caleb, please. Tell them Jamie Rivers sent you in. They're going to ask you what the vehicle is, what you want to do, and what your budget is. And they're going to maximize your budget, and the technicians are going to work their magic, and you're absolutely going to love your vehicle. So please head over there in person. If not, get there online. Visit them at pureperformance.com. That's pure, P-U-R, performance.com.
All right, our favorite Super Bowl prop picks. Marsh, I want you to go first because I feel like you wanted to talk about Kareem Hunt and a certain prop pick that you and I both like.
Yeah, I like the Kareem Hunt anytime touchdown. And I believe it's plus odds right now.
Plus 150 last time I saw it.
Plus 150. I also, a long shot Super Bowl MVP Kareem Hunt.
Wow.
Long shot.
Your odds on that would be plus 6,500.
That's some pretty odds.
Yeah.
Throw $10 on that.
That's actually not a bad pick. I mean,
it's a long shot MVP.
If you're searching for something out there, I don't think it's bad because they running the football, scoring a couple of touchdowns down in the red zone. Mm-hmm. I can see that. Maybe I don't think it'll be MVP because he had over 150 yards or anything like that. I think it'll be like
he's going to have
12, 15 carries, 78 yards, and 2 touchdowns, and maybe 1 receiving.
Mm-hmm. And
something
one of them's got to be
a low-scoring game.
And it's got to be an impactful touchdown, too.
Yeah. All right, Carey, what's a pick you like?
Does it have to be plus odds?
No.
I guess so.
No, it doesn't. Whatever.
Ew.
So, for example.
I mean, the easiest one for me is any touchdown score, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah, but what's the odds on that?
Not just asked, does it have to be plus odds? He said no.
It doesn't have to be plus, but it can't be more than 150 minus 150.
Oh, it has to be lower than 1? Or we're doing our bet the board?
Yeah.
Oh, well, give me an A.J. Brown anytime touchdown.
What's he at?
180.
I think that I think Devonta Smith is going to have a bigger game than A.J. Brown.
I said that earlier.
Okay, then I agree.
And you shunned my pick.
No, I shunned it because you said that nobody knows who Devonta Smith is when he won a Heisman. Like that was the issue I had a problem with. Not that Devonta Smith wouldn't have a big game.
You don't know who Devonta Smith is?
Taylor Swift.
You know what? You and I have
don't know
argued
who
today.
Devonta Smith is. They
the
don't
next
even.
hour.
What school did he go? Yeah, me and you. Jamie, you're off.
Jamie, you're done.
Yeah, you can take off. I just made it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. For what?
You're done.
Cancun.
You're done. You can take off for Cancun.
Yeah.
What the hell's your problem?
Nah, me and him got to have at it.
Oh, you don't want to go anymore?
I do, but I'm getting yelled at. What the hell did I do?
I agree that Devonta Smith is going to have, but I think he's going to have a bigger game than A.J. Brown. I think that the Chiefs are going to take away A.J. Brown, the deep pass, and concede some of the underneath passing routes and everything that Devonta Smith runs. So I actually like Devonta Smith over, I think it's 5.5 receptions. And the total, and the receiving total, too, which is 50.5.
Wow.
I have another plus odds one that I don't think is too far-fetched. 1 passing touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown in the first quarter at plus 450.
Okay.
1 for who? Anyone?
Either team.
Doesn't matter.
1 passing and 1 rushing?
Yes.
In the first quarter?
So, wait, one team has to have 2 touchdowns?
No, it's just there has to be either team 1 passing touchdown and 1 rushing touchdown in the first quarter.
I'm trying to understand. So if the Chiefs go down and get a rushing touchdown and the Eagles go down and get a passing touchdown, it hits?
Yep.
Okay. That seems like a pretty fair bet right
plus
there.
450.
I like those odds.
All right.
Doesn't sound bad.
I got Jalen Hurts passing completions. So it's at 17.5. I'd go with the over. I think you're going to see a lot of, like, if Saquon Barkley gets taken away at all, if they somehow stifle him, you're going to have to get a little creative if you're the Eagles, which means getting the ball around the yard a little bit. I don't mean just downfield. You'll see Saquon get 1 or 2 passes in the backfield, a little screen pass or whatever. You'll see a couple little dink and dunk passes, and I think Jalen Hurts gets to 19, 20 completions.
I think I found another good one. I didn't want to cut you off. I know you haven't gone yet. Jalen Hurts to have 25 more yards rushing than Patrick Mahomes, plus 150.
Jalen Hurts to have more rushing yards?
Than Patrick Mahomes.
Wow. And it's plus 150?
Mm-hmm. 25 more yards.
So Mahomes' rushing total is 29.5. I think he runs a fair amount. These bigger games, he tends to run more. Look at the Bills game.
Yep. You know what game I'm thinking?
What's that?
Buccaneers game. A few years ago.
The one when Tom Brady started?
The one when
And I was playing offensive line for the Chiefs.
The one when that defense was getting after Mr. Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one. You think this Chiefs offensive line is vastly greater than the one that they had then?
That day, no question.
Anthony.
Yeah.
Stop.
Carey. I was the right tackle.
Who is the right tackle now?
That game.
Who is the right tackle now?
Mr. Offsides himself.
Okay.
Still. Better than me.
Barely.
Nah.
So the
and he's like 28. He's got many years on you. He should be, and he's been training for this. And he's barely better than you.
The
I don't know where to go with this. It's a compliment.
National anthem is set at 120 and a half. 120 seconds and a half. John Batiste? Am I saying that correctly?
John Batiste.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say
from the Bible.
John the Baptist?
Batista?
That's what I'm thinking of.
Dave Batista.
Dave Batista singing the national anthem. I did do a little research on this, and
give it to us.
Who knows that this is going to happen? But I went on YouTube and I typed in John Baptiste or John the Baptist, whatever, national anthem. And 4 years ago, this man did an NBA kickoff performance of the national anthem. And this whole entire video was set at 1 minute and 55 seconds, which is 5 seconds under 2 minutes, 120 seconds. So I am thinking about going with the under for the national anthem.
Smart.
Now, when do they start the clock? Is it when the music or the first word he says?
That's a very good question.
That's a great question.
So it's the first note. And they all say, too, they're like, this is subject to, like, whatever they use. So you know that going in. So if Marsh were to play his under here, it's subject to whatever the book decides to hit the timer on.
That seems fair.
I mean, don't make the play, you know? All right, I got some fun ones for you guys. Some real fun ones. Any current NFL player to be arrested in New Orleans?
Oh
they're all there.
Oh, come on.
Plus
There's a bunch of them there. I saw that.
Plus 2,000. Any current NFL player to be arrested in New Orleans, plus 2,000.
So, wait. You just bet that? Yes?
Yes.
I'll bet that.
It's called a yes only prop.
Oh,
there's no available.
You could be drunk. You could be disorderly conduct.
Just gonna be arrested.
Could be peeing in an alleyway.
Mm-hmm.
That's. I hate that prop.
Plus 2,000, Carey.
I'd probably take it.
Yep,
I'd take that one.
I mean, but that's
New
anybody.
Orleans.
It's New Orleans.
It's New Orleans.
They're not sleeping.
There you go. Over under set at 24.5. How many arrests will there be in NOLA on Super Bowl?
Oh, like total?
Over under 24.5.
I'll go over. Because if there's Eagles fans there and they lose, they're going to be so drunk and belligerent.
Or they win, right?
Or they win.
Carey's got a good point. Jamie, you got a good point. Now, you're spending a little bit more. It's minus 200 for yes. Or I'm sorry, minus 200 for over.
Oh.
It's plus 150 for under.
I
Carey?
definitely would not bet
I would probably bet over as well.
All right. How many stadium fights will be reported by TMZ?
Oh, my gosh.
Over under is 2.5.
I was thinking 3. 3 was the number on my mind.
They said a good number.
I think 3 is right. I would say over.
This is what they report.
Correct. This is by TMZ. So
Yeah.
I don't know if I see a lot of fights on the TMZ. I see them in other. I go the over.
My gripe with the Super Bowl is I feel like not enough of the casual fans can go to the Super Bowl because of the pricing.
Agreed.
Yeah.
So it's just different. You know, I don't know if you're getting those
hooligans.
Really, yes.
I feel like the hooligans do go down though. They go down for Super Bowl week, but they might not go into
for
the
sure.
game, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in the game, probably not.
All right, I got one for Jamie. You ready, Jamie? You'll appreciate this one.
Yeah.
Which will be higher? Patrick Mahomes' completions in Super Bowl 59.
Go ahead.
Or Bill Belichick's girlfriend, who's 24.
What do you think she could be high for?
No, the age.
The age. She's 24.
I thought you said higher.
I thought going to say Snoop Dogg.
Which will be higher? Bill Belichick's girlfriend's age of 24 or Mahomes' completions?
Ooh.
I'll say Bill Belichick's girlfriend at 24 will be more than what Patrick Mahomes completes.
Will complete.
I would say if the Chiefs are going to win, it's going to have to be more than 24 completions. So over for Patrick Mahomes if they win.
Anybody see how awkward it looks to see Bill Belichick with that 24-year-old girl?
Well, Snoop Dogg made a joke about it in his opening monologue at the NFL Honors.
But just when they were walking in, like on the red carpet, it looked like Daddy-daughter day at the NFL awards.
Has there ever been a time where Belichick has looked like comfortable?
He looks pretty comfortable now.
But
he looked pretty comfortable then. He had all his rings on.
She had one on.
He looked like, hey, I'm here. Coaching these college kids, going to get one last paycheck because I'm going to do this. And I'm going to live my best life. Maybe the stress of winning all those championships is just like, yeah, you know what? I did it.
Yeah.
I can go coach North Carolina, give me some Jordan gear.
I wasn't talking about the coaching.
No, I mean, he to me, he looks comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
He looks
surprisingly well rested.
You think?
You know?
I mean.
Real quick.
Maybe he'd be on the chew it and do it diet.
He might be.
Yeah, you never know.
BlueChew.com.
I mentioned this before. Devonta Smith, I like over 50.5 receptions. I like Saquon Barkley over 24.5 longest rush. So just give me a 25-yard rush. Be done with it. Kareem Hunt over 42.5 rushing yards. He's done that in, I think, 4 of his last 5 games, and he seems to be the guy.
Over how many?
42.5. So, a couple of them. Couple I like. All right, we'll move on here. Let's get into the weeds. Let's go Super Bowl 59, X's and O's. We'll talk about the challenge that Steve Spagnuolo has. As Carey has said, this Eagles offense is a pick-your-poison offense. So how does Spags defend this offense? We'll get into that and some other matchup-related Super Bowl notes next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey Davis, and if you own a business that needs recycling, Scrap Mart Metals is here to help you. They're tailor-made for your business, can meet your schedule and your budget. For you contractors, cleanup can be a mess for you contractors. If you set up a business account with Scrap Mart to recycle that metal, it'll be one less thing you have to do during cleanup. If you're a plumber, you're heating and cooling, excavator, or any type of contractor, Scrap Mart Metals Recycling can make your job easier. You own that heavy equipment, it breaks down time and time again. You get frustrated because you have to repair it over and over again. Eventually, the time will come to end your suffering, and Scrap Mart will come and get it out of your way. They'll haul your equipment to one of their locations and get you a check the same day. Or if you're a do-it-yourselfer, they have 3 convenient locations: Valley Park, Peevely, Jonesburg. If it's metal, they will buy it. It is recycling made easy. They offer a convenient drive-on scale. They have the highest payout, and you will always get top dollar for your scrap metal. So visit them today at scrapmartmetals.com. My guy Lucas can talk to you about setting up a business account to get you rolling. Again, that's scrapmartmetals.com, and tell them Carey sent you.
517, your time check is brought to you by Clarkson Jewelers, an officially licensed Rolex jeweler. Before we get to our Super Bowl predictions, let's kind of dive into the weeds here a little bit. We haven't really talked a lot of X's and O's for this game, and this is a fascinating matchup for a lot of different reasons. But, Carey, I wanted to ask you, so you have kind of referred to the Eagles' offense as a pick-your-poison offense, meaning, hey, if you want to slow down Saquon Barkley, great. You've got outside help with A.J. Brown or Devonta Smith or, even over the middle with Dallas Goedert. If you decide to focus on those weapons, obviously now you got to do with Saquon Barkley, and you might not have 8 men in the box, and good luck trying to slow down him. So if you're Steve Spagnuolo, what do you think the best game plan is then?
Well, I got to stop the run. I have to figure out a way to get the ball in Jalen Hurts' hands and out of Saquon Barkley's hands. And I had some numbers for you. We've been talking about the Chiefs and how they haven't allowed a 100-yard rusher since 2018 in the playoffs. Let me tell you the number of carries the running backs have had in those games. 18, 13, 8, 12, 8. Yeah, one with 22. 10, 4, 15, 12, 11, 13, 7, 16. You notice a trend here? Not a lot of 20-plus carries.
Because they're behind.
No, not because they're behind, just because the Ravens weren't necessarily behind. Mm-hmm. Their leading rusher was Lamar Jackson, and he had 8 carries. It's an option. It's a choice. The times that they lost in the Super Bowl, 21 carries, Joe Mixon for the Bengals, they lost that game. That was in 21. 22 carries, Sony Michel, Super Bowl. I'm sorry, not the Super Bowl, the AFC Championship game, lost that game. So if you want to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, there's one anomaly. Christian McCaffrey had 22 carries last year, and they didn't win that game in the Super Bowl. Probably on track.
Sorry, Carey.
Go ahead.
Who are the quarterbacks?
For which teams?
Those teams that you just mentioned?
That would be Tom Brady and Joe Burrow.
Oh, okay.
But Josh Allen was a quarterback. Is he good?
He's very good.
Okay. And Lamar Jackson's a quarterback. Is he good?
Excellent.
Okay. Joe Burrow was a leading rusher one year. He had 4 carries for 30 yards, and they lost. The Bengals did.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, if you want to beat the Chiefs and you want to run the ball, run the damn ball. 20 to 25 carries. If you give Saquon that many carries, he's probably going to end up with $160. Couple of touchdowns.
$160?
If you give him 20, if he's running the ball that effectively, along with Jalen Hurts, see, this is the element that they have that the other teams don't have or didn't have. You have a quarterback that is going to be, he holds at least one defender. When he does that zone read, everything is going to the left. If you chase him down, backside defensive end or backside outside linebacker, Jalen Hurts can get out the back door and run for 20, 30 yards. So this is an element that other teams either didn't have or have not used. And so for me, if you're going to run the ball and you want to have success, that's what you have to do. And I think that if Spags wants to win this game, he's going to have to stop Saquon Barkley and Jalen Hurts in the running game. If you do that with 8, you still got a chance to beat them with the receivers on the outside, but that would be my number one starter for how to stop the Eagles and how to win the game.
Yeah, I'm with you. I mean, the Eagles' offense is going to center on Saquon Barkley. If I'm Kellen Moore, I know that Jalen Hurts can make plays. I get it. He can make plays with his arm. He can make plays with his legs. But you still, if you're Spags, you have to pick. If you are picking your poison, I want to force Jalen Hurts to beat me, not Saquon Barkley. I can't give Saquon Barkley easy running lanes. I can't be undisciplined in the run game where they're just going to control the game from the onset. So for me, I'm with you. I'm going to slow down Saquon Barkley. I'm going to shade my safety over A.J. Brown. And then I'm going to take my chances with Devonta Smith and Dallas Goedert, because if Devonta Smith has 8 catches, 9 catches, and Goedert has 5 to 6, you're probably not beating me deep. I'll concede the underneath routes if I can slow down Barkley and Jalen Hurts, and again kind of shade over to AJ Brown to eliminate that big throw. Ultimately, though, somebody's gonna be one-on-one, and Devonta Smith is really good.
He is.
Won a Heisman.
I learned that earlier today.
But I'm going to take my chances with them as opposed to worrying about A.J. Brown. Oh, I'm sorry, as opposed to allowing Brown or Saquon Barkley to go off.
I mean that has to be your course of action if you're the Chiefs. Again, for me, I think the Philadelphia Eagles, they have ran the ball when there's been 8 men in the box. And I think one of the things when we start to talk about a shift in football, for years teams started drafting smaller linebackers, implementing smaller linebackers that can run. Why? Because everybody was passing. well, the league changes. And I think you're starting to see the resurgence of the running game because you got small-ass linebackers in the box. If I had to go against a 5'11", 230-pound Nick Bolton, I would be praising God. Yes, thank you. All day long. Come on. That is appealing to me. So if I'm a 6'4", 6'5", 300-pound lineman, you definitely believe that is appealing to them as well. So when you have smaller linebackers in the box, run the ball at them and force them to make tackles, force them to get off of the offensive lineman and try to get to the ball carrier. Sometimes they can't because of sheer size. Now, I know Nick Bolton is a hell of a football player. I'm not taking anything away from him. But if I'm the Eagles, I'm running the ball right at them and seeing if you can make a tackle, seeing if you can get off these huge offensive linemen and get to my running back.
All right. On the other side, if you're Andy Reid, I think this is one of those games where Patrick Mahomes completes a bunch of passes, attempts a bunch of passes, but they nickel and dime you. And they have the ball. They possess the ball for a long time. Saquon's on the sidelines. You may not get that one big long pass play, but that's been missing from the Chiefs game all year. Maybe they throw one to Marquise Brown just to kind of shake things up a little bit. Maybe Xavier Worthy takes one on an end around and makes a big play. Ultimately, though, I think this is one of those games just dink, dunk, 3rd and 3, pick it up, 3rd and 3, pick it up, 3rd and 4, pick it up. And it frustrates the Eagles. They're on the sidelines for a long time. Saquon doesn't get his 20 or so carries. And the Chiefs three-peat and Carey's crying.
Well, that's also why you run the ball, because you keep Patrick Mahomes on the sideline.
Sure.
Like, you force him to sit over there longer. You got to get off the field on 3rd down. Mm-hmm. If you're Vic Fangio and you're the Eagles defense, you got to find a way to make it 3rd and long. You got to win on 1st down, because if you allow them to get 7 or 8 yards on 1st down, making it 2nd and short, the whole playbook is open. So 1st down, win on 1st down, win on 3rd down. That has to be your mindset, and know where Travis Kelce is. If you know where Travis Kelce is, everything else, if you give up something else, okay. Because I'll Xavier Worthy, you're a rookie, biggest game of your life. Go ahead. You make a big play, hat off to you. Because I got corners that I think can cover you and a secondary that I trust. But if I let Travis Kelce, shame on the Philadelphia Eagles if you let Travis Kelce go off. If I'm Big Fangio, I'm looking at how to stop Travis Kelce. Mm-hmm. And if I'm the Chiefs, I'm trying to figure out how the hell do I get him open or get guys open in space. If I can get Xavier Worthy on those drag routes going across, catch him in man, him pop one for 40 yards because he caught an 8-yard drag route and was able to run up the sideline. That's how you have to beat them. But I start and end with Travis Kelce. I don't care about the run game. Just like with the Eagles, with the Chiefs needing to stop Saquon, the Eagles need to stop Travis.
Yeah.
Do that, your life will be much better.
The thing that you said that I agree with wholeheartedly is 3rd down. This is a 3rd down game for the Chiefs.
Yes.
If you can't get off the field on 3rd down, this is going to be one of those slower, methodical Chiefs winning, 20-17, 23-20, something like that, because you can't get off the damn field if you're the Eagles. And it's not going to be the big plays. It's going to be your defense is gassed.
It starts up front, though. It starts with Jalen Carter and those guys up front pushing the pocket and not allowing. I said this for 3 weeks now, 2 or 3 weeks. You cannot let Patrick Mahomes get out of the pocket. Mm-hmm. The Houston Texans, they attempted to do it. They had 6 sacks. They played really well.
Yeah, they did.
The Buffalo Bills, not as well, but you have to get pressure up the middle with those front 4. And the middle, force him up into the pocket. Outside guys, do not dip in and allow him to get around you and extend plays with his legs. Force him up in the pocket. You got big people there, get your hands up or push him in and knock him down.
Yeah.
Sounds simple.
Good luck, right? Because then he throws one left-handed.
Maybe. And I'll take that. I would rather. I'll take
my chances with that.
I'll take my chances. He can make up, and the play he made against Buffalo was amazing. He's falling down, getting sacked, about to hit the ground, finds Travis Kelce wide open in his zone. Again, why don't you know where Travis Kelce is?
Nobody does.
Why?
Because he's slow and white.
Well, you should definitely know where the hell he is.
You know what I mean, Jamie?
Why don't you know where he is?
Honestly, at this point, I think this is where the Chiefs kind of game planning. They got Justin Watson.
Everybody's going to be going fast around him. He's just going to be moving slower.
Noah Gray, taller white guy. I think with the Eagles are probably like, these guys are just all white and slow. We're going to be fine.
Sign them up.
And then Mahomes has got 250 and 3 tutties. Yeah. And you lose again,
It's frustrating.
Yeah.
But
and Xavier Worthy, 90 yards to the house. Only one with speed. I kind of gave you the game plan.
It's methodical, but again, if you get off on 3rd down, if you can get off the field, you give yourself a chance. Do not get thirsty or eager trying to make a play and you dip inside and Patrick Mahomes says, can get out the door, out the backside, out the front side, I can go pick up a first down with his legs or find somebody downfield.
Yep.
It's not very hard, but you just have to be disciplined in what you're doing. And if the Eagles are more disciplined, they can have a good game.
Carey Davis, Jamie Rivers, Anthony Stalter. It's the Fast Lane on 101 ESPN. We will have our Super Bowl 59 entrance survey. So the GOAT, the hero, all that next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey Davis, and if you have any car needs, any issues with your car, you can reach out to All Things Appearance. My good friends over there, Jeff is a great guy. He's the owner, and they can work with you in all things auto-related, from small scratches to body work, major body work, whether it's standard maintenance, dent repair, collision repair. Even if you have hail damage from last year, they can work with that as well. Jeff, the owner, he will work with your insurance company, your warranty companies to make sure you're getting the best price possible. Jeff wants to make sure that all the customers are being treated fairly and being treated right. He won't overcharge you for something that other places might, even if it means that he won't make as much money. He'd rather have you coming back over and over as a happy customer. All you need to do is reach out to them at 636-248-5051 or online at allthingsappearance.com. And the cool thing about Jeff, that number that I just gave you is his personal cell phone number. You can call him right now. You can text him. You can send him a message at 7 p.m. tonight. You can send him a message at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. He will respond to you and get you taken care of as soon as possible, because that is the most important thing to him and his company. Again, that's 636-248-5051 or online at allthingsappearance.com.
So we've done this with each NFL playoff game. So might as well do it for the Super Bowl as well. It's our entrance survey, Super Bowl 59 entrance survey. What will be the biggest factor in the game on Sunday, Jamie Rivers, the biggest factor for you on Sunday?
Like factor or player?
Factor.
Factor?
Which I guess could be a player.
For me, can the Chiefs stop the running game?
Yep.
It's the bottom line.
Makes sense.
If you stop the running game, you win the game, in my opinion.
So if Saquon Barkley is held under 100, the Chiefs win?
Yes.
Is that where you're going? Okay.
Do the Eagles get off the field on third down? Like that, if you can find a way to force the Chiefs to punt 4 times in this game, you probably win. If you, and this is depending on down and distance, where they are on the field, you know, if you get a third down stop, but if you force them to kick field goals and have to punt, you put yourself in a really good position to win the game.
Marcia, your biggest factor?
I think it comes down to kicking. We've seen Jake Elliott maybe miss some kicks throughout the season, and I believe this game is going to be a close game. I don't think it's going to be like a Tyler Bass thing where we were assuming that he might miss a kick that ends the game.
And he didn't.
He did not.
Congratulations to Tyler Bass.
Yeah.
Same outcome, but,
of course.
you know.
That mattered.
But I could see Jake Elliott perhaps missing a very vital kick in the third quarter or even in the fourth quarter. And we know that Harrison Butker has made some huge kicks, and maybe it does come down to 3 points at some point. Not saying it's the end of the game, but we know that in these tight Super Bowls, kicking is a huge thing, and I think that will ultimately be the deciding factor between two great teams.
Yeah, I'm with you, man. I think these special teams is not being talked about enough. Like the Eagles,
we really haven't touched on them.
Ranked near the bottom when it comes to overall special teams. Chiefs are more in the middle. I think they're like 15th overall. But Jake Elliott, I wouldn't trust him. This one of the things the Eagles do is they go for it on fourth down all the time too. And you know Nick Sirianni is going to screw up at some point. If he doesn't, he's going to screw up by putting Jake Elliott in a bad spot. So either way, ipso facto.
Jeez.
You know what I mean, Jamie? Ipso facto. My biggest factor is, and it kind of ties into what Marsh just said, can the Eagles be perfect? You'll have to be perfect. The Ravens weren't perfect. The Bengals, Falcons, Chargers, Saints, 49ers, Raiders, Bucks, Broncos, Panthers, Raiders, Chargers, Browns, Texans, Steelers, Texans again, Bills again. You weren't perfect. The Bills played well 2 weeks ago. They didn't turn the ball over. They weren't perfect. They lost. Anytime we're like, oh, well, the Chiefs got away with one again, huh? Yeah, because the other team wasn't perfect in all 3 facets of the game. Something let them down. For the Broncos, it was their special teams. They had a field goal blocked. For the Ravens, not running Derrick Henry enough, and unfortunately for Isaiah Likely, couldn't keep his toe in to potentially tie that game. For the Bengals, the corner went over the top. You have to be perfect to beat the Chiefs.
You do have to be perfect.
And the Eagles aren't like excused because they're ultra talented. They have the more talented roster. But let's not confuse the most talented roster with the better team. They have the most talent, no doubt. Top to bottom, more talent. But can you be perfect? Because you have to be to beat
I thought about this
Chiefs.
a second ago. Do you think that this Eagles team is better than the team that they played, that they're better than the team that they had in 22?
Yes.
Do you think that this Chiefs team is better than the team they had in 22?
No.
I feel the same.
Here's the thing with that, though. I think Jalen Hurts in that season was better than he is right now.
I agree. I said that, and I got yelled at by Carey and all his Eagles brethren.
I think Jalen Hurts hasn't had to do. Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the ball over. That's what you want from your quarterback. Do you need him to make big time throws?
Yes.
What did he do against when he needed to last?
Washington. I love how you only bring up the Washington game.
Because I only need to bring up the last game. They went 14-3, Anthony, and Jalen Hurts didn't play in 2 of those games, sir.
I can't wait for Sunday.
He didn't play in 2 of the games.
I can't wait for it. When Jalen Hurts has got to put on the big boy pants, and it doesn't happen.
Yeah, well, you know how you felt watching the Commanders lose?
Don't you dare. This is not the Commanders.
You know how hard you took
This
that?
is not the Commanders with Dan Quinn, the defensive genius.
They got gold and they got a shade of red.
It's maroon, and you know
It's a shade of red.
And you know it. I'll give you burgundy, but that's not. That's not Chiefs red.
It's a shade of red.
That's not Red Kingdom.
It's a shade of red. I didn't say it was red. I said they got gold and they got a shade of red.
I can't wait for Sunday.
You felt bad. You were mad.
I was mad.
You were.
I was mad because Washington just said, "Hey, you know what? Why don't we give the Eagles a free trip to the Super Bowl?"
No, or maybe
we don't have to try today. We've done all we've done. We got here. We're good. Dan Quinn with a stupid backwards hat.
Oh wow!
No playing Washington. Stupid backwards hat.
Angry.
Terrible. You bring up the Washington game. No defense. Oh, let's talk about that game. You cherry picking. I've never seen you play basketball. I don't have to because you're down. I'm sure you're down at the other end of the court. I'm open.
Yep. That's how you yell.
That's old.
You don't run back on defense.
Cherry picking.
Yeah.
Jesus, this is getting sideways in a hurry.
I told you can leave.
Oh my gosh.
We haven't fought all day. All right. Who will be the GOAT? Jamie.
Wow.
The bad GOAT, by the way.
Yeah.
That's a tough question.
That is really tough.
Can we say nobody? Can we just say it's going to be a really good game?
Somebody's going to be the GOAT for sure.
You can. If you don't feel like there's going to be a GOAT, there's one obvious one.
Jalen Hurts is going to get sacked by Jones, and there'll be a fumble recovery by the Chiefs.
So Jalen Hurts or whoever the offensive lineman was, that was just...
Whatever. Yeah,
okay.
There'll be a fumble.
I don't really have a GOAT. Not the greatest of all time GOAT, but a GOAT in this game. Bad GOAT, as you say.
Bad GOAT.
I think it's going to be a really good game, really well-played game. I don't think it's going to fall on one person in particular that this is the reason that they lose. I think it's going to be a good game. I just think the Eagles are going to outlast the Chiefs.
Marsh?
The next guy.
I was going to say they may take Blue Chew.
Yeah. Before or after?
Both.
Chew it.
I got to go with Jalen Hurts.
Shame on you, Marshy.
Well, I don't know who else it would be. Like, Kadarius Toney's no longer on the Chiefs.
Shame.
Otherwise, he'd be a fantastic pick.
Shame.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling is no longer on the Chiefs. Otherwise, he'd be a fantastic pick. Maybe, you could say...
You don't do it.
I'm going to do it.
You don't do it.
I'm going to do it.
Go ahead, Marshy. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say Nick Sirianni. I don't want to take Anthony's pick.
Thank you.
Oh, God. I hope.
I got one. Kellen Moore. And that goes back to the play calling and, how are you going to use Saquon Barkley? Are you going to use him in the right way that you should? Or are you going to, if you're down in the game, are you going to go away from the run? Are you going to start throwing the ball more? Or are you going to try and stick with the run and then maybe open some things up with the passing game? I'll choose Kellen Moore.
Okay.
Go ahead. Who you
Let
got?
him have his time.
I got Nick Sirianni. I've been waiting all year for this. I've been waiting all year for Nick Sirianni to choke on applesauce, and he's going to.
It's going to be Andy Reid.
It's going to be epic. It's going to be epic. It's going to be a moment in a game where he has a decision to make, and it's going to be a fourth down situation, and he don't know what to do because his headphones aren't even plugged in. They're just for show. Or he's going to miss the fact that Kellen Moore is sending in a pass play when they should be running the ball and forcing the other team to take a timeout because he's asleep at the wheel. And we're all going to blame other people, but it's going to be Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni versus Andy Reid. Come on.
Are they playing?
Might as well be Tyson versus what was the one? Peter McNeely. It's going to be McNeely Tyson on Sunday between Andy Reid and Nick Sirianni. Remember Peter McNeely?
Do I ever?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I when the Eagles win, I'm going to send you a screenshot of Nick Sirianni being drenched in Gatorade.
What color will it be?
Red.
Yeah. Red.
Red?
Yeah.
Red. It's aggressive.
Well, that would be interesting because you think it'd be red for the Chiefs, but watch it be red for the Eagles. Would be something. Or is it going to be clear, gentlemen? Could it be clear Gatorade, like the white Gatorade? It's like the mystery flavor. Mystery flavor Gatorade.
Interesting.
You do hate Nick Sirianni, little b-hole. He does.
Says, does Anthony hate Nick Sirianni because he's more Italian than than him? He's the Olive Garden version of Italian. I ain't worried about it.
Wow. That's harsh, man.
Okay.
What?
Oof.
Ferrari
I didn't know that there were levels.
Oh, yeah. You're talking about the hill and then what Sirianni is. All right, who will be the hero? I got my homies.
Yeah, it's Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
On 3, all say aye. Aye. Nice job,
He didn't
guys.
count to 3.
He didn't.
1, 2, 3.
Nine.
Aye.
Oh, wow. Who's your hero? Saquon Barkley.
He said it. I don't have
Saquon.
Kareem Hunt.
Oh, that's right. He's all he's all hopped up on
I'm
Kareem
all
Hunt.
hopped up on that.
All right. Who wins the Super Bowl? I'll tell you next on 101 ESPN.
Hey, it's Carey Davis, and guys, we know that working out is important. It has shown to improve cardio, reduce stress, improve your mood, but there's something else that does that too. Yeah, sex. You probably take a pre-workout or have coffee before training, so why should sex be any different? That's why more guys are turning to Blue Chew. If you could benefit a little more extra in the bedroom, Blue Chew can help. Blue Chew is a great product. All you need to do is go to BlueChew.com, consult with a licensed medical provider, and get your first month free. That's right, the first month free. Then you'll be ready to chew it and do it. Blue Chew is an online prescription service. No visits required to the doctor's office. No awkward conversations. No waiting in line at the pharmacy. And it ships directly to your door in a discreet package. Blue Chew's tablets are made in the USA, and they prepare and ship direct, so it is cheaper than a pharmacy. All you need to do is go to BlueChew.com. Blue Chew is your secret weapon for the bedroom or wherever you decide to get it on. That's right, fellas. BlueChew.com. Chew it and do it.
101 ESPN Sports Center.
I'm Andrew Marsh. It's time for a Sports Center update brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling. The Blues lose to the Florida Panthers last night by a final score of 3-2. They'll take on the Blackhawks tomorrow, and you can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN. Pregame starts at 5. Puck drop is at 6. If you miss anything from today's show, make sure you go to 101ESPN.com or check out the free Dobbs Tire and Auto Center's 101 ESPN mobile app. Just head to the podcast page, and you'll find all of our interviews and full shows there. And it's all brought to you by the Schaefer Door Company. Super Bowl 59. You can listen to that one right here on 101 ESPN on Sunday. The big game coverage starts at 1 o'clock. Kickoff will be at 5:30. Who will win the Super Bowl between the Chiefs and the Eagles? We'll tell you next right here in the Fast Lane. I'm Andrew Marsh, and the Sports Center update is brought to you by Saliga Heating and Cooling, an independent American Standard heating and air conditioning dealer.
All right, time for our Super Bowl 59 predictions. I think you know which way Carey and I are leaning, but Marsh and Jamie have somewhat kept things close to the vest. Marsh gave a tease earlier in the show with his bet the board play.
Anthony, you're not the only person that can tease people.
Yeah, you're right. You're right about that. Well done there, Marsh. Carey, would you like to go first with your Super Bowl prediction, how it all unfolds?
Oh, yeah, Eagles win.
Okay.
Saquon Barkley rushes for 147 yards, a couple touchdowns, maybe had, one touchdown. He'll get down to the one. Jalen Hurts will push it in, from the one. And, Eagles win. Saquon Barkley is your Super Bowl MVP. 1 rushing touchdown, 1 receiving touchdown. 180 yards plus in total yards.
Wow. You got no faith in Kansas City defense.
0.
Have you watched Saquon play this year?
Against Washington? Well, yeah. No. Yes. He's been incredible.
Okay.
I can't even do the Washington thing.
Thank you.
He's been incredible.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. All right. Do you want me to go? Do you want Jamie, you want to go?
So I have 2 different thoughts.
Okay.
One who I want to win and one who I think will win.
All right. So you're going to be rooting. You're going to Mexico.
Yes.
So you'll be rooting for a team.
Yes.
Okay.
Even though I don't think they're going to win.
Okay. All right.
So
you'll be rooting for
the Eagles.
Okay.
And I don't think they're going to win, though. So
why are you rooting for the Eagles?
Because I don't like Patrick Mahomes. I've made that very
that's
clear.
right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
After watching quarterbacks, I've never wanted to smack someone more in my life.
Wow. You overlook a lot of Kirk Cousins' faults, but you no issue with Mahomes. Okay. That's fine.
Kurt's likable.
He's a likable guy.
Likable guy.
You seen him on the plane with all those chains
Patrick Mahomes, not very likable. Not at all. If I have to hear him say, hey, dog, hey, dog, hey, dog, one more time, hey, dog, good job, dog, good tackle, dog, good hit, dog. Shut up. Just go.
Okay, so you got a score for us, Mr. Eagle?
28-25.
Okay. Chiefs, though.
Did you need a score for me?
You're predicting the
Yes.
Chiefs. Yeah. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm very confused.
27-23.
27-23 Eagles.
Yeah.
Fly, Eagles, fly. All right, Marshy.
I, too, will be rooting for a team on Sunday. And I, too, cannot find myself to think that they will win.
Marsh, just come on, man. Lean into it.
I will be rooting for the Eagles.
Hey!
And I think the Chiefs will win.
Wow. A lot of hedging going on here.
There's this thing that happened last year, and there was 2 people that made a pact to never bet against Patrick Mahomes.
Yes.
One of those people have clearly broken said pact.
Almost instantly.
The other person has really leaned into it so much that he's thinking about buying Chiefs just everything.
It's disgusting.
It really is. It really is. He's abandoning his own team for this.
I am not.
You have.
I've been it's clear.
I haven't heard you talk about the Falcons in weeks.
Weeks, I mentioned them earlier. I am going to go Chiefs 25, Eagles 23, and the Eagles do cover.
Okay. Oh, wow.
Because I believe it's 2.5, correct?
It's 1.5.
1.5.
And
the
I think
Eagles
the Eagles
do not cover. Maybe I was looking at the alternate line, which is something that I like doing.
Yeah. So 3 of the 4 members of the Fast Lane will be on the Eagles.
Yes.
Well, not me, Doug. Not me.
What do you mean on the Eagles?
You guys are going to be rooting for the Eagles.
Yes.
You 3 are going to be rooting for the Eagles.
Yes.
Marshy thought he was committed to a bet there or something.
He got it.
Yeah, no.
The parlay clearly states Chiefs money line.
Okay, so you're adding that, by the way, to the
that was the final piece to the puzzle.
All right. Let me tell you.
We're waiting on that.
Let me tell you how this is going to unfold on Sunday. It's going to start off with the Eagles marching right down the field. Nick Sirianni is going to go for it on 4th down. Eagles will not get it. Chiefs right up the field. They're going to kick a field goal. However, the Eagles are going to counter with a touchdown to Devonta Smith. Not A.J. Brown, not Saquon Barkley. It's going to be Devonta Smith for a tutty. 7-3 Eagles. But Chiefs could come back. They kick a field goal to make it 7-6 after the first quarter. So a little action in the first
Very
quarter,
specific.
right? Actually,
Look, he has the script.
Yeah. He must not like the one rush, one pass touchdown
like
either.
that.
He didn't like that.
Like that.
So it's going to be 7-6. That's going to be the halftime score.
Oh my!
That's going to be the halftime score because we're like, oh, this is not a good game at all.
Are the lights going out?
Nope. And then the scoring starts. Chiefs grab the lead early in the third quarter to make it 9-7. Eagles come back with a field goal of their own to make it 10-9. Chiefs with a late touchdown in the third quarter to make it 15-10. Because they go for 2 to try to make it 17-10. They miss. Vic Fangio's defense comes about. Then the Eagles take over in the fourth quarter.
Gosh.
These guys are flying, man. These stupid-ass Eagles are flying. Jalen Hurts with a 1-yard touchdown run after Saquon Barkley does all the hard work to get him down there. Jalen Hurts, once again, selfish guy, scores the touchdown. Now we're at 18-15 Eagles.
Gosh.
Carey's feeling good. He's feeling even better when the Eagles kick field goal to make it 21-15. This puppy's over. Chiefs get stopped on a 4th down. This puppy's over. All you have to do, Eagles, is run some clock, force the Chiefs to take their 3 timeouts. Chiefs take 2 timeouts. But then Kellen Moore sends in a play call, which Nick Sirianni does not hear because he's a buffoon.
Oh, boy.
Jalen Hurts throws it over to Saquon. Saquon drops it. Saquon drops it.
And the final score is 22-21 Chiefs.
He drops it. Eagles have to. Guys, hold on. I let you talk about your picks.
I'm like, this is very specific. How is this happening?
How the hell is he even thinking about this?
So Saquon drops the pass.
Oh, my God.
Eagles settle for the field goal. They go up 21-15. That's the field goal I referenced before, 21-15. Puppy's over with, right? Well, with 34 seconds left, Patrick Mahomes carves up Vic Fangio's defense. Everybody's like, what is he doing? They're playing off coverage, right? Winds up hitting, who else? Travis Kelce for a touchdown, right? Now it's a 1-point lead. It's a 1-point lead for our Kansas City Chiefs. But don't worry, Jalen Hurts has got one more chance to prove Carey right. And he throws an interception in the game. Chiefs 22,
Unreal.
Eagles 21.
Where'd you hear that? Where did that happen before?
Marsh isn't the only one. Marsh isn't the only one that's got a vision.
It sounds like what happened when the Eagles played the Falcons. Sound like exactly how that.
Carey, that was week 2. Like that's a while
like
ago,
the
man.
Exact same series.
Hey, no, you know what? No, I think it's a little different. It's a little different. That first quarter in that Chiefs-Falcons game, no one scored.
Correct.
No one scored. They actually scored in the second quarter.
In my version, it's second quarter because it's my vision.
Yeah. In the second quarter, the Eagles went into halftime leading 7-6.
Yeah. Did they?
Yeah.
I like the Eagles being up 14-6. That one where you said the drive stopped and they didn't score, they scored again before halftime in my version. So it's 14-6, which means when they do somehow drop this pass at the end of the game, they're still up by 10 points, and they win the game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how that works.
All right. Well, should be fun. Should
That's
be fun.
hilarious.
That's unreal, by the way.
That was. I did not catch it.
I was like, what the hell is he
doing?
talking
I thought he wrote it down. Like, this is like you took
it down. I took the time to write it all down.
You are hilarious, sir.
I mean, come on.
I picked up on it when it was right before you mentioned that Kellen Moore made a play call. And right, you said, yeah, late in the game, Kellen Moore. And I go, oh, man, this may have happened before.
Yeah.
No.
Very specific.
Guys, I'm looking ahead. I'm not looking back, especially not to week 2.
Okay.
Was it a monumental win on a Monday night? Sure. I mean, we all remember that. But no, this was a long time ago. I'm looking forward. All right. Go Chiefs. We'll wrap up the show next on 101 ESPN. We've all been there with home remodels where you're getting something done within the home. You invite the designer in and, this company, and you start to work, and all of a sudden it's like, wait, you're adding cost. You're not on time. Your scheduling gets jacked up, and all of a sudden you're out of a kitchen for like 6 months. That's why you need to go with Mosby Building Arts, because none of that happens under their watch. Mosby Building Arts, they're the right remodeling company. They have honest pricing right up front. They only deliver the high-quality work that's done right the first time. The designers have great taste. They work with you, whether you're doing a kitchen remodel, a bath remodel. For us at our house, we had to replace 2 doors that was impacting the floors because there's a leak in the basement. I mean, it was terrible, but Mosby made it right. Mosby was fantastic. They did a great job. The trustworthy construction team showed up on time each and every time. In fact, they were early, sat in their van until they told us the right time that they're going to come out, whether it was 8 o'clock or whatever it was. They waited. I saw them in the truck. They wanted to make sure they were right on time. And then they worked throughout the day. They were fantastic. They picked up before they left. Friendly, dedicated people, stress-free process. Mosby Building Arts, I can't say enough great things about them. Look, don't just take my word for it. Call them yourself. 314-909-1800. Don't risk hiring the wrong team. Go to callmosby.com. You can schedule your free consultation there, and then you can see you can see for yourself what the difference is between the right remodeling company and the wrong guys. Mosby Building Arts, the right remodeling company. missed anything from today's show, you can always download the podcast via the 101 app. That's brought to you by Dobbs Tire and Auto Centers. But the podcast, as always, brought to you by Schaefer Door Company. Don't forget to join Brandon Kiley as well and 101 ESPN tomorrow at the St. Louis Wheel at Union Station, which will be transformed into Captain America's Shield this Saturday from 5 to 7. The first 50 fans will receive a complimentary Ferris wheel ride, Fandango movie ticket codes, chance to win prizes, photo ops, and more, all courtesy of the new film Captain America Brave New World. That's this Saturday, so tomorrow, 5 to 7 with BK at the St. Louis Wheel at Union Station with Marvel Studios' Captain America Brave New World, which arrives only in theaters February 14th. You get all the details at 101ESPN.com. When you tune in on Monday, you will hear the morning after broadcast from Cardinals spring training all week long. TMA will be live from Roger Dean Stadium with all the latest news and notes from Jupiter, Florida. Don't miss the morning after live from Cardinals spring training all next week on 101 ESPN. Brought to you by CarStar, your auto body repair experts. All right, real quick, Jamie, what'd you learn today? Anything?
I learned that I desperately need to be on vacation.
That's fair. Yeah.
You learned that today?
Carey?
Yeah,
I learned
today
that
specifically.
if I don't get to work on time, you three will play a prank on me.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, it's terrible. It's awful.
Led by Jamie.
Yep.
What the hell?
Just awful.
Just stating facts. Marsh?
I learned that Carey is so gung-ho on the Eagles that I'm starting to think that they actually will win. Like, the more that I think about it, because he was pretty spot on with the whole A.J. Brown thing last time out.
He was. Yep. He was.
It's starting to, like, churn in my brain. This guy played in the NFL. Maybe he knows what he's talking about.
It's starting to churn in your brain that maybe it's not just fantasy football, entry-level football knowledge. Yeah.
So, yeah, I might have to reconsider, but it's too late now on the show.
Sure. What did I learn today? I learned that you guys don't appreciate in-depth breakdowns of games.
I mean, we do.
You don't appreciate. You just want the score and the prediction, but you don't want the legwork behind it. Full breakdown. So that's fine.
We got a text from 618. It's a picture of Nick Sirianni, and then it's a picture of you. It says, "I think Anthony doesn't like Sirianni because they look like they could be brothers or related."
Nah.
Scroll up.
I appreciate the joke.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Same hair, same beard, same passion for football as a coach.
I don't think so. He yells at their fans. I'm good with that, but
you've never yelled at fans? I have.
That's what I'm saying. I appreciate it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to tell a fan or two.
You.
All right, you guys ready for the 3 stars? Third star of the day goes out to first dates at a sporting event.
Yes.
Yeah, good luck to that listener. Second star of the day goes out to Jamie for showing up today.
Showed up today. We had him until
for 2 hours.
I'd say 4:15 is when he shut it down.
3:30.
3:30?
Yeah, right after.
It was more like 4:30.
4:15, you were waning.
Yeah.
It was before the Gauntlet.
4:30, you were me the day I was sick. And I just sat there.
He was out.
Hoping not to throw up. Yeah, about 4:30 I'll give you.
All right.
First star of the day goes out to Anthony's Super Bowl script.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Never seen it before.
Yeah, thank you. Yep.
Or heard it.
Marsha, you know what? I take back what I learned. Carey and Jamie don't appreciate a good breakdown like that, but you do. So thank you, buddy. Thank you.
Good job.
And thank you to everybody that listened throughout the course of the week today. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back here on Monday. At least Carey, Marsh, and me. Jamie will be on vacation for the week. Well deserved, my man. So we'll see you after you get back. See ya.